In an ancient time, when a terrible evil threatens the land, only one man can save the world.
Say what? Get out of here.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Oh, let's take off that broken record.
I say.
Here, hold my earrings while I take this monster down. I've got your back, darling. We just might burn down this town. Oh no, oh yeah. When you're up against a challenge and you need a helping hand, we've got an arsenal of fireballs, steel stilettos, and a cat. Oh yeah.
Hi, and welcome to Here Hold My Earrings. My name is Al, and I'm your DM today. With me, I have Henrietta, Yvonne, Laura, Susan, Daria, and Sophie. Henrietta?
Hi, I'm Henrietta. I'm from Norway, and I play a color star druid named Dalin.
Yvonne?
Hi, I'm Yvonne, and I'm from Canada, and I play Cracker, a half-orc barbarian.
Laura?
Hey, I'm Laura from Germany, and I'm playing Byleth, a Dragonborn wizard.
Susan?
Hi, I'm Susan. I'm from America, and I play Moxie, a half-elven bard.
Daria?
Hi, I'm Daria. I'm from Poland, and I play a tiefling sorcerer named Zenis.
And Sophie?
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm from Wales and I play a human wizard named Charlotte.
Excellent. And who's doing the recap today?
I think that's me. And big heads up, everybody. There was so much talking and stuff that it's a long summary. I hope that's okay. It's colorful. Okay. So we open the day in the Hall of the Past with Dalin, who starts by explaining to Zenis who Satina is, talks about Taralvar, and then we see this basilisk that has 8 legs instead of 4, a large Komodo dragon. This drow guy browsing and kind of like looking surly. And dude, my buddy who gave me the shovel, even Tonker's here. So there's a kid, which is surprising, and 2 adult elves doing something on one of the lower shelves. And Zenis is kind of like disturbed by that. And there's Conan. And Charlotte's staring at the elves on the balcony, and she's like, "Isn't that Elnora? Didn't you say she died?" And Dalin explained that what happened to us outside and how we met her. And then she mentions that this is Graven Hollow, but that might be from the past. So Moxie is a bit confused. She's like, "But they were in the Hall of the Present." And then Dalin explains the whole like time, past, all over the place. Cracker's just doing burpees. These conversations are boring. So meanwhile, Charlotte said they were trying to bring a book into Graven Hollow, and something about their god, Maliki, told them to bring it in a vision, but I don't know why they're doing this. And so she goes to investigate, and she is trying to find out what book they're trying to hide on the bottom shelf. Meanwhile, Cracker's invited to sit down with Conan, who won't arm wrestle. And instead he brings out this small device, this half-wide triptych thing, little pieces. And he says, "It's chess. You know how to play chess?" And Cracker says, "What? You mean chest?" And I beat my chest and howl a bit. And he joins in reluctantly and probably with a bit of eye rolling and asks if I want anything else. And I ask for a pop-up book. Meanwhile, upstairs, the elves notice Charlotte and say, "I'm surprised to see you, and I'm glad you're still alive," says Perrin. It's a bit concerning because I don't know why he thinks she might be dead. But anyway, she invites him to go and get a cup of tea. It's lovely to see you. When he's heading back to Neverwinter, and he says that they haven't had any visions from Maliki about where they should be going next. It's kind of, they're not sure what they're going to do next. He references the orc invasion. They don't want to go back. So, meanwhile, Charlotte notices that Mariel and Elnora are hiding something, but she asks them about the book, and they kind of, throw her off with some questions about her, I don't know, tea. Meanwhile, Byleth is looking around at the artwork. She's engrossed in the iron wrought stairs, and there's some 3-headed monsters being fought by a barbarian. Yes. Across the ceiling, there's a story that she recognizes in her own personal history about the Dragonborn and the exodus from their home about after their emancipation, and There's lots of drow being depicted in violent and aggressive things, humanoids fighting dwarfs. There's all kinds of stuff. There's a big blue thing in the present hall. This one is more gray with lightning bolts in their hands. And Byleth is doing some sketching of the frescoes. Once she starts, she notices the stories go into a fiendish section, and there's images of fiends and devils and demons with big horns and tails and wings, and she senses a throbbing from her backpack. She opens it up, and she notices this blue-pink glow strobing from her gem. Strobing. Hello, spelling. Okay. And Zenise goes up to the drow and says, "Hey, are you Devere?" And he says, "Who wants to know?" And she introduces herself, and he looks nervous. He looks at Conan. He's starting to cast a spell, and she says, "Hey, whoa, I just want to talk." And he touches her forehead, and she senses probing inside her mind, but she fends him off. "Ooh, you are very skilled. My name is," I'm going to get this wrong, Vizari Devere, House Devere of Menzoberranzan. And I was at one point the Archmage of Menzoberranzan. Zenise notices he's not dressed like a wizard or anything. He's kind of rough and, he's dirty. But he looks pretty roughed up, and a moth flies out of his robes. And she refers to him, though. She's kind of nice. She says, "Hello, Master Devere," and he stands a bit straighter, and so she kind of, styles him a bit, and he's pretty chuffed. And she asks him about a book that he's holding of Zuckmoy. And she asks to borrow the book for a few minutes, and he's very reluctant. Conan comes over to remind him to share the book. Anyway, so he does. Zenise takes the book and admires Conan's physical hotness. And the book's actually bookmarked on Zuckmoy anyway. Oh, what a coincidence. Meanwhile, Moxie's watching Elnora, Charlotte, and the older elves, and she doesn't get the impression that Elnora recognizes her. Though she does see they know Charlotte. Meanwhile, Delin's reading over Zenise's shoulder, looks at Vizari Devere, and says, "Oh, you're interested in Zuckmoy as well." And he backpedals into explaining just how it's such an interesting topic, all sorts of, how are you? Delin says, "Okay, well, we're going to save the world." And he starts coughing and laughing. And she mentions the black mold, and she asks when he was last outside, and he says, "Oh, 1493. What year is it now?" And Delin's like, "What, you've been in here for years?" And he says, "Well, back and forth." He's acting kind of cornered, and he confesses to being in here for 7 years, and he's pretty defensive about not leaving. And then he gives a bit of history. So, Gromf, all the families, the matron Benraw, her son has to be the Archmage. I told them it was a bad idea, and they turfed me out. They're off summoning demigorgons in Lolth. I mean, I got out of there as fast as I could. It was a bloody dangerous place, and he's been hiding out there looking for answers. And then he says, "As far as I'm concerned, they can all turn into Driders." And he summoned them. They've been wandering around, inviting more of their kind through the portals. It's a slow wreck happening in slow motion, like a cave-in. And I listen in, checking up on the news. It's a mess. Demons in the Underdark, fish folk and their problems. And Delin tells him about our experience with the fish people. And he summarizes a bit. They all came through the portal one after the other. This Archmage is summoning them through one at a time. And Delin tells him we met Zuckmoy a few months ago and explains what happened. And he explains about the 666 layers of the abyss, the 9 planes of hell, astral, elemental, all the Gehenna planes. Me and pronunciation. I really am 8 wisdom. Okay. My suspicion is that the first demon lord was Fraz Urb, Prince of Deception, powerful in his own right. They noticed he was missing from the Blood Wars, and they probably came to find him. So once it was open, once the prime material plane appeared up for grabs, it's like an opportunity they can't pass up. So that's why everybody's on their way here to wipe us out. So Delin wants to know how to close that portal, and he says we need to be in Menzoberranzan. And she says, and he's like, what, why do you care? And she says, well, we have to save the world. And so he hands her his card, and he's got a plan, and he thinks it could work, and he thinks we could give him what for. And then he explains you make a left at a ravine, and you make a right at a volcanic lava pit, and you're basically there. Come to Tower Devere. Sounds like a great holiday. And she points him to Melbourne and says, you should talk to our drow friend. He says, oh, hell no. I wouldn't mix with that dude. He's a low-caste male. I was the Archmage of Benzo Baranzan. He might be a valet. So anyway, he mentions this a lot. He goes on and on about how he used to be the Archmage of Menzo. And anyway, Dylan starts cutting him off. And he doesn't want Cud because of all his special glass objects. And he's shocked that we have a gnoll hanging out with us. He's like, the gnoll is a murderous creature following Inigu. And he says the rest of her entourage should stay in the barn. And he asks Zenise if she's a devil or demon part. She slyly sidesteps the answer, and he thinks she's spicy. And meanwhile, Perrin and Elnora and Mariel are backing away from Charlotte, and Charlotte slowly and discreetly following them with a fake little smile on her face. We're just going to, Charlotte says, oh yeah, this is my friend Moxie, like Vanna White waving her hands to present her, you know. Moxie pretends to read a book. And Perrin kind of gaslights her a bit, seems a bit off her head. We really must go. We're late. We have an appointment with a librarian, so we need to go. What do you want? And Charlotte's grinning with her toothy, weird, forced grin, and she's trying to, eye direction to Moxie, to the elves. Hey, without saying anything. She doesn't know what to do. Moxie doesn't care. She looks at the three of them and says, well, you're dead. And Charlotte freaks out. Everyone freaks out. And Perrin and Mariel comfort Elnora. And Perrin looks up, expecting some kind of divine blessing. And they have a book, and the book is creepy looking, with an eye in the body of a spider or something. And the eye blinks, reopens, and stares. And Perrin says, well, I suppose the cat's out of the bag. The goddess brought this to us in a vision in a hollow tree next to some dead soldiers. Some puddles of ichor. We were told to bring this here, and we would be rewarded, and all would be revealed. And Moxie says, do you not know what this is and does? Like, you're just carrying it around? Like, what's wrong with you? Perrin's like, oh, it's just a book. And he explains that all the wood elf life, he doesn't want to read. He wants to rub his nipples and beat around bushes. He's a naturalist. So, we all groan. Moxie grabs her the book, surprising Perrin. She gets it. She stumbles back. The book's blinking. The tentacle tarantula style legs wiggle a little bit. But she doesn't drop it. She's like hardcore. So Charlotte says, Roxy, what are you doing? She's just, they just got to know each other. So, it was Roxy, Moxie. And Moxie tells her it's a very bad book. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a battle. There's some fighting, and Perrin stabs Charlotte, and Moxie gets her behind her, and then Charlotte casts sleep, which sort of puts a couple of them to sleep, or at least slows them. I think Byleth's involved here and slows one of them down, and Moxie falls asleep, which is kind of weird. Maybe she was tired, and
Needed a nap.
yeah. Valdescar turns and says, no fighting! And he rears up and he stares down at Charlotte, and her legs and arms are restrained. Everything's turning to stone. And we can hear this crackling solidity as it transfers from her feet on the way up. And Dylan says something to Mariel, and it stops her. And she argues with Dylan about what else should they do. And Dylan says, well, you just calm down and stop fighting. You're in Gravenhall. You fulfilled your mission. And that does it. So Mariel puts the book down, touches it across the top to say goodbye. She nods, and she takes Elnora Perrin in the other hand and says, we should go. I feel like this is time to find a new and better future for us and our little family. And we all cry a little bit. So the fighting stopped. Conan looks at all of us and says, that's better, yeah? And everything's cool to the basilisk, and Valdescar averts her gaze, and Moxie begs Valdescar to reverse what she's done and explains the book situation being evil and trying to take it away from them. Meanwhile, Conan wants to ask Althar about the book. And Moxie's shouting, it's evil! From the balcony. Conan shushes her. And he goes to Althar. And he goes through a secret passageway behind a bookshelf, and he returns with this huge giant. There is a book of evil, and Dylan shows him the book, and he says, well, this is a place of knowledge, not a repository for evil artifacts. And we could hold it, or you could take it. Evil is as evil does. You may take the book. It was never part of the archives. and he hands Delin the book. It's funny. He hands Delin the book after saying evil is as evil does. Interesting. I don't think she's as evil as she thinks. Okay. Meanwhile, Delin really wants to open the book. She doesn't care how creepy it is. And the first few pages are blank. And the magic of Graven Hollow makes the words legible for her. And it's volume 3 of the Demonicon by Igvild. And the index specifically discusses specific demon lords. So it's an extremely complete book of demon lords, more so than Aggie Scorch's book. It covers Gonadar and Lolth, nothing about Caranthely, and who's not technically a demon lord. Zenise pulls out the other book and they join in, and Delin looks through the books, and now we've got volume 4, Baphomet and Yinigo, and Igwil. And Ulthar says, feel free to read in the library or go read in your rooms. And then Conan hands a book to Cracker. And a dragon pops out, and the book starts to read itself, and it's so exciting. And it says, a noble dragon Slithertongue was eating merchants' plump wives and fat children. And there's a fighter, probably a terrible paladin, who cheated and stabbed poor Slithertongue and sneezed, cooking the dastardly knight. And Cracker is so excited. This reading stuff is fun. So Conan hands a second book to Cracker, who can't read it, and hands it to Byleth to read out loud. And it's Murder on the Dance Floor, Cool Moves for Ballerinas and Gladiators. And it's a little description of a dance move and, lifting over the head like the Dirty Dancing lift, the grapple toss. And so Cracker lifts Byleth up, and I think we kind of close with Byleth being suspended in the air in the Dirty Dancing lift. There you go. The end.
Very nice. Well done.
Yay.
I'm so sorry it was so long.
No, it was quite good.
Did I miss anything?
Just a clarification. It's actually currently 1490. So the events that Vizeran de Veer outlined occurred in 1486. But yes, that is all good. It's not surprising that Cracker would get that confused. She's not the best with details, and then on top of that, she's had literally 100 different jobs in the last year and a half. This period with this particular group is the first time she's held something down for more than 4 weeks. So, well done. Yes. Anybody want to add anything?
It was just that it was the dye that glowed and not the crystal, but
Yes,
really-
absolutely.
it's just
That
one
is,
thing.
yeah, that could be quite important.
That's true.
Well done. Okay, so you are in the Hall of the Past still. You have been offered by Ulthar, as well as Conan, access to the dorms, the dormitories, as they are referred to. This is a set of living quarters that are available to visiting scholars of the library. Charlotte, for some reason, either never asked about them or was never offered access to them. How does that make Charlotte feel, having had to sleep for the last 6 months in between aisles of books, working for minimum wage at Susna's coffee shop?
She's quite indignant.
Yes, I imagine she would be. Nothing else. That's it. Just kind of fumes passive aggressively.
Yeah, she fumes silently. She doesn't say anything because she doesn't want to get frozen again.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, it's one of those. Does she chalk it up to you live and learn?
Probably. Just live and let live.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease. It never occurred to her to ask.
Well, she feels a bit stupid as well, I suppose.
Well, but her background was as an urchin, right? So for her, sleeping on the floor of a nice, safe,
Oh.
clean library maybe isn't so bad.
True.
So for her, it wasn't. She's not like a Princess P kind of a character. So yeah,
She's used to just slumming it.
slumming it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, for her, this is not slumming it. This is kind of an upgrade, right? Only in
Luxurious.
between. Yeah, but plus she's been living in the woods and the Underdark, just camping in bedrolls for months as well. So well done. Yes, very good. And Zanice had the second book as well, apparently, which Byleth had given to her, and the two seemed to be linked, didn't they? And it turned out that one was book 4. Anybody remember which demon princes were mentioned?
In the
Um,
4 was Baphomet and Yeenoghu.
Yes,
And
very good.
Baphomet and Yeenoghu.
Mm.
Yeah. So book 3, Dreeblex and Lolth.
Mm.
Book 4, and it also has various in the various indices in the backs. They also list a number of other titles, not actual names, of what are considered to be demon lords. I've used demon lords interchangeably with demon princes, but technically, Dreeblex, Lolth, Yeenoghu, Baphomet, Zuckmoy, these are all Frazzer Blue. These are all demon princes, so they are upper tier, the most powerful. There are another tier below of leaders, lords, and rulers of various planes. Of course, there's 60 planes, right? So there are quite a lot of planes, and some of them may be subservient to some of the demon princes. Some of them may be dependent, but just smaller. Some combination of local barons that. They don't have their names listed in the index, just titles, and these are highlighted in what looks like dried blood. And when you skim your finger over the index, you feel a tingle and a little prick of your finger, and a little bit of blood comes out. You feel as if, in order to access those sections, you may need to provide some kind of a sacrifice. And there's literally dozens and dozens of these demon lord titles. Now, Zanice did get the book from Vizeran de Veer, which was the book from the library, which discussed, I believe it was, I'm so sorry, Zuckmoy. And she hasn't had a chance to read the section that was relevant. So I've posted in the chat if she'd like to do that.
Of course.
It's so. Me, 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 me. Are you going to sing it? So it is, first of all, just to describe the book, it's very thin, and it typically sticks to theoretical ideas. It's more of a treatise or an expected area of anticipation for what Zuckmoy could do or be interested in, rather than historical detail. But feel free to take it away.
Of course. As Queen of Rot and Fungi might have an interest in Neverlight Grove and the Myconids, as well as Auramikos, who, as the largest living being in Toril, could affect the entire Underdark and thus the world. It also outlines that most of Zuckmoy's direct powers are limited to hallucination and mind control, although the indirect powers are that she could end up having very powerful minions. This indirect exercise of power is one reason she has historically been unable to break into a higher tier portfolio.
Very good. Does anybody have any thoughts on that? Questions? Concerns?
So that's book 3.
No, so remember the reason why you were looking for Vizeran de Veer was because he was the current holder of one of the books within the actual library.
That's right.
Anybody have thoughts on that?
So she's just indirectly powerful, not really doing like crazy offensive spells or something.
Well, that's what the initial thumb through of the book seems to suggest. Unlike some other beings that, for example, you may not be experts on demon princes, but most of you either directly or indirectly, have at least come across the local god or goddesses that may be relevant to your culture or the place where you grew up. So, for example, as a wizard who studied at Silverymoon, at the Conclave of Silverymoon, Byleth would certainly be aware of the history of Mystra, who is the goddess of magic, who was also murdered at one point before she was brought back. And Mystra is, as the goddess of magic, extremely powerful in her own right, certainly with arcane spells. But of course, she has some physical weaknesses, which is part of the reason why she was. And those of you who have come across the god Caladoran of Smooth Hands of Blingdenstone and Sverfnelwyn gnomes generally will know that the gnome god, specifically that specific gnome god, is extremely good at shaping stone. So everybody has their own area of expertise.
But still, Zuckmore is still pretty high up in the, in the tier, or
She is considered a demon prince as well as a goddess.
well,
So
I think that answers my question.
yeah. Well,
Considering
you
everything.
can be very
Yeah.
powerful and have indirect power, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Power through manipulation.
Mhm.
And the
And
fact that
it's-
everything we read has already come to pass is even more kind of creepy.
Well, you don't know what she's done with the Aramikos yet,
No,
but
but
it certainly sounds like she would be interested in it.
well, she's already there. From our
Or at least on her
understanding.
way.
Yeah. At least that's where the baby went.
Yep.
The
Trying to
baby.
get their tentacles into it. Very good. Yeah. Well done, Daria. Good read. Throat clearing worked. At some point we'll have to do like a Sound of Music type version.
I'd be up for that.
There you go.
Mhm.
If you guys haven't been, I know it's really camp, but if you haven't been, the Sound of Music sing-along experience in many cities, including London, is quite a treat, I have to say. If you guys don't know, people get dressed up. They all, like that and the Rocky Horror Music Show, and people get really dressed up. They all know the lines. They stop the movie for people to do little mini performances on stage. It's actually it's quite it's like a community, really.
They did that in college quite often. They would do it every year around Halloween. Gotta
Yeah.
come with your toast.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Okay, very good. Yes, Vizeran Devere, former Archmage of Sorceer, School of Magic at Menzo Baranzan.
I think that's
Yeah.
the only part of that entire conversation Moxie understood because he said it so often. I was once the Archmage. Okay, we get it.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do? There are lots of books that you haven't found yet or haven't had a chance to read. There are also a number of rooms for you to take a little long rest in, which you can explore and check out. You can certainly have a chat with this fellow up here. Some of you think you recognize. Or you can talk to Ulthar, the librarian. You can talk to Veldaskar, of course. You can talk to Conan. You can look around. Get yourself tea, coffee.
If the girl takes her nose out of the book long enough, Moxie has a list of books she wants to go and find. So off she goes.
Okay.
I guess oh.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I guess Charlotte will probably just go and copy out some of the passages from the volume 3 and 4 of those Demonomicons, just to help fill in the blanks in Agamemnon's own tomes.
Oh, very good. Yeah, well done. Okay. I mean, each of the tomes is massive, right? But yes, you can certainly get a jump start on it. That'd be terrific.
Bloop.
Any specific aspects of it that you're trying to transcribe?
I suppose just the bits about the gods, anything that's missing from the from Aggie's own works.
Okay. Yep. The sections that he hasn't put a lot of work into yet include Yeenoghu and Baphomet. Druiblix and Lolth he's already filled out to some extent. But
Okay.
Lolth, he has left, there were some question marks at the end of his section. Questions, notes for him to review and try to track down, chase down, including exactly how one accesses the Demon Web pits, which is one of the planes that she has control over and her primary residence, and how that works as a
Sorry.
major,
What was the realm called?
the Demon Web pits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought he said something else as well.
What? Armpits?
No, if you change the P to a T,
Oh, right.
yeah.
Kind of like
mean,
crampons.
Whatever.
Very
Never know.
juvenile.
There's nothing wrong with the word tit. It's actually a bird, so
True.
you tits. Okay. Very good. Yes. So well done. Yeah. So you can. So the questions are, how do the Demon Web pits work as a speaking plane? And then he writes in parentheses, requires further investigation. And that's the last entry, not just the last entry for Lolth, but it's actually the last entry in the book.
Is the answer in book 3?
No, sorry. This is what's written in Agamemnon Scorch's unfinished treatise. Sorry. You're saying is the answer in book 3? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
There is some detail in it. It describes the section of the Demon Web pits that basically opens up into what is considered to be visually a large as in many thousands of hectares, 3-dimensional passageway consisting of what seemed to be spider webs for spiders, but that's the five senses perception for your typical mortal, right? In fact, these are strands of magic, and accessing the webs means that if one has the ability to use them properly, such as Lolth or perhaps somebody else, one has a very high chance of being able to access almost any plane of reality anywhere. And it is supposedly as effective, if not more so, than the Serpent World Inn, which is known as a interdimensional traveler's respite.
And this is all in book 3?
It's part of what's in book 3.
Okay.
There's a lot in book 3, right?
All right.
Each of these, as I said, is thousands of pages, and some of the sections, as I said, seem to be accessible through some other means. You don't get the impression that the books themselves are not awakened or they don't contain actual spirits, but you, as you feel your way through the book, you also sense the power in it. You're not even sure. You think the blank pages could even be used for something. They're
Well,
not just. They look like they're vellum, but for all you know, they could be the skin of sacrificed humanoids or gods, even. Who knows, right? Igvil was very, very powerful. Okay, so Moxie is looking around for some books. Remind me which books Moxie's already found.
Well, she hadn't picked them up yet, but the ones, the Oh Brother, Lend a Hand, the Arms Dealer, Frankenstein, regarding her arm. And
Okay.
then there was Liches, Witches, and Basic Witches
Mm-hmm.
was the other one. And then, of course, we already found the one by Pan there with regards to her
Mhm.
shadow, which was
Mm-hmm.
what caused her to find the Liches book.
Okay. So she's got a few books that have been handed to her. One is called Frankenstein's Opus, putting somebody's best foot forward. Another one is Oh Brother, Would You Lend Me a Hand? The third is Arms Dealer, the biography of a man known for getting the best out of people. And as you said, Liches, Witches, and Basic Bitches. Which one would you like to read?
Well, we'll start with, I guess, the first one, Frankenstein's Opus.
Okay. I'll take Frankenstein's Opus for 500, please.
Ah,
There you go.
all right. Let's see here. Frankenstein's Opus, putting somebody's, not your own, but somebody's best foot forward. One is ever in the market for construction body parts for a flesh golem, including brains, hearts, kidneys, livers, lungs, wings, tails, claws, teeth, eyes, tongues, noses, ears, fingers, toes, hands, feet, arms, legs, knees, elbows, and chins. The best places to get them are often a specialist butcher's shop, the laboratory of an evil wizard, or cleric versed in necromantic arts, or the lair of a major predator such as an owlbear or dragon. For hair transplants, however, the solution is often as simple as harvesting the top portion of the foot of a healthy young adult halfling and sewing the foot scalp to the top of the propicia afflicted head of the beneficiary. Water liberally with healing potions and a tonic of vitamins for several weeks, while stimulating growth through vigorous massage daily. Well, if anybody wants hair on their head, ugh.
Presumably that would work with other parts as well, like if you felt like your armpits weren't sufficiently covered.
Oh. Or you didn't have enough chest hair.
Yep. Or if you needed a beard transplant because you were being teased by all the other dwarves.
Because you didn't have enough beard fur.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was interesting, considering I don't want to replace an arm. I guess we'll move to then. And though if
Does Cracker feel like she needs more chest hair?
Does she need to find a halfling?
No, I'm good.
All right. Here's your second book.
All right. Oh, brother, would you lend me a hand? When one is down a limb, whether due to an injury from battle or simply because one desires a change of fashion, it can often be hard to source quality parts since potential suppliers with the requisite skills, such as butchers and necromancers, often have needs of their own, which they struggle to fulfill. Well, tough for them. It may therefore be simpler to borrow said body part by finding a limb shark on the black market. A clever client may be able to procure them owing in part to the nation's exploitation of colonial peoples, including from the peninsula of Chult. Similar arrangements may be made with the Red Wizards of Thay, who are known to have large slave workforces that may also act as body part donors to their extensive lichocracy. Money tip number 1. A borrower on a budget may be better off renting used parts sourced from recycled undead thralls, since purchasing fresh limbs can end up costing an arm and a leg. Oh, well then.
For the rest of you, feel free to laugh or groan out loud. Feedback, whatever it is always appreciated.
Oh, it's great. I had a giggle. A fresh
I had
limb.
an eye roll.
Yeah, well, I roll verbally.
A fresh limb, though you may need one, may still cost you an arm and a leg.
There you go. All right.
All right.
Does anybody else want to look for a book in the meantime, or shall we keep going with these? I think some other people had some stuff they wanted to look for as well, right?
All right, then I will look for what's happening in Silvery Moon right now.
Sure.
Very
Now,
nice.
technically, finding stuff on Silvery Moon or other updates requires going to the Hall of the President.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Otherwise,
I
I'd do that later if it isn't possible now.
It's not impossible, but you guys just have to move back and forth from one place to the next, basically.
Oh, we all have our own crystals now, so
Yeah, splitting the part. Always good.
exactly.
Always.
Doesn't seem too dangerous here. I'd be back in a second, or I'd get lost and be never back and eternally wandering through the halls.
Violet
Okay.
says as she eyes Moxie warily.
Go ahead and roll your, what did we say it was? What was the,
I think it was
skill?
wisdom,
Yeah.
I think it
Mhm.
might have
Wisdom.
been wisdom.
but
Yep.
I think would have been better if it was intelligence or something like that.
Mm.
Right.
You'd
Okay.
think it should be intelligence, but it's actually supposed to be
Mhm.
perception based, so.
No. Okay, Crystal, don't don't disappoint me. Yay! We're gonna do this. 13.
13, okay.
Mhm. Think that's okay.
You just take the whole party with you just to save time.
Oh no.
Moxie scrambles and takes her books with her.
Oh. Okay. Oh god. Okay. New update. Silvery Moon. After a lengthy siege, the attacking orcs were defeated in a decisive battle, which was achieved through the brave exploits of the Knights of Silver and the incomparable Spellguard. While famed Spellguard and Conclave lecturer Agamemnon Scourge remains missing, Silvermoon's leader, Lady Alastriel, put out a call for brave adventurers, and one former professor, Satina Fizzlebottle, answered the call. In exchange for reduction in her sentence as a scribe producing fireball spell scrolls, having been quite severely overdue on a library book, she led a charge against a strong wave of orcs supported by numerous werebears, but was overwhelmed. Only a few survivors returned, and none saw what happened to the trans-dwarf wizard after she was apparently consumed by one of her own fireballs. Perhaps in a vice of self-sacrifice. Nobody was ever recovered. Oh. The black mold continued to spread, while the city itself remained untouched and provided for by the magical efforts of the Conclave wizards, some clerics of Lathander, and the druids of the Emerald Enclave. The countryside and nearby forest were decimated. Magical solutions to restore the land have had limited success, and thousands of hectares of arable land remain unusable. In the end, Lady Alastriel was left with no choice but to agree to a mutual assistance treaty, not an alliance. Period. The Silver Marshes and Silvery Moon itself would have their magic supplemented by wizards, vampires, and liches of the Red Wizards of They, who also want to see the black mold eliminated since it interferes with their process of converting corpses into useful zombies and skeletons. Owing to Silvery Moon's urgent need, the Red Wizards also extracted an additional concession. Silvery Moon and its representatives would assist in the search, capture, or destruction of one renegade lich, Teralvar, who seeks to foment a revolution within Thay. Lady Alastriel realizes that mutual assistance treaty is fraught, with risk given with the Red Wizards are the antithesis of all things good. Therefore, she believes that the only real solution is to find the source of the contagion and eliminate it. Intelligence shared with Queen Titania of the Sealy Court with the Feywild indicate that there is a demonic origin, but the bureaucracy of the Lords Alliance Committee has stymied efforts to organize a meaningful response. That was very long. And
She says in such a monotone voice.
And very emotional.
Oh.
I'm telling everyone what's going on.
Okay. As you do, the the somewhat passive aggressively surly lady who is still working at Cessna's shouts out, "Oh, you're back. Um, would you like to? We've got some other things on the menu. No? Anyone? Are you guys just
Ignoring her.
asleep?"
Probably just ignoring her. I've already eaten. I'm good. I'm looking
Oh,
at the
but they're
pictures in my
really
book.
good. We've got a Hansis with rotha meat and bread mushrooms. We've got a Cessna with bread mushrooms and rotha meat. Oh, we even have some books now. Would you like to take a look? And she shows you a couple of books.
Oh.
They're the new biography of Cessna. It's called Meet Me in the Middle. Meat spelled with MEAT. Get it? I came up with that one. Yes, it's only 15 gold, but it does come with a complimentary Cessna. Or for 2 extra, you could have a Hanses, which obviously is more expensive since it has more meat. And the books will shout out, "Hey, buy me! Hey, buy me!"
Those are absolutely atrocious.
I think I want to buy one.
One. I want the sandwich.
Me too.
Hungry.
What's a sandwich? We're Cessnas. There's no sandwich. There's no
Cessna.
place called
Cessna.
Sandwich.
I want a Cessna. Delin, I want a Cessna.
They mentioned meat. That's all Cracker needed.
Yep. To meet with some
I'm
meat,
gonna
please.
put 48 gold on the table and enjoy. And I'm just gonna read over what Byleth just read through.
Okay.
Oh.
So that'll buy you 3 Cessnas, and is the extra 3 gold for a tip, or do you want something else? Or
I don't care. I just put it on the table. They can go buy things. I'm reading. I'm busy, kids.
Mom's working. Go
I'm
find something
working.
else to keep yourself entertained.
Yeah. And I need to read the paper.
and as
Don't
the
bother me
3
now.
and as and as you pick up your Cessnas, who's got a Cessna?
Me.
Cracker's got one,
Me too.
and Byleth. Anybody else? There's 3 now.
I can also share.
So you 2 pick up a Cessna each, and as you bring it closer to your mouth, the Cessnas start going, "Hey, bite me! Hey, bite me! Eat me, lick me, eat me, lick me!" And as you sink your teeth into it, it tastes amazing. And they just kind of close their eyes and they go, "Ah."
Oh,
This is
boy.
scary.
Sounds like the little blue mushroom that liked to be licked.
Charlotte, of course, is kind of just sitting there. What is Charlotte doing while she watches everybody eating all these Rotha meat Cessnas?
She's looking on in horror with her hands clasped around her face.
Don't mind them.
The
They're
two,
really carnivores.
the 2 partially eaten Cessnas look at her. They reopen her eyes and they kind of blow raspberries at Charlotte.
She's incredibly disturbed.
She also the barista also hands you each a copy of Cessna's book. It basically outlines his journey, their journey from being a completely evil, violent doppelganger to how Cessna met this incredibly enlightened group of adventurers who let Cessna live after killing off Cessna's 2 siblings, and then funded Cessna to pursue Cessna's dream of opening a food cart in Phandalin. which then blossomed into the first Cessna cafe and eatery, and the launch of the Phandalin Culinary Institute, and Cessna's chain of exotic foods and fine dining, which has now become a multi-location franchise. Franchisee applications are open.
I'm saying for those
Cud
of us
will
that
also
aren't. Sorry, go ahead.
Cud will also take one of the Cessnas, sniff it, and gulp it down. That's good. Mm. Do you get to eat these if you work here? She goes, yes, especially if there's anything left over at the end of the day. We're allowed to take what we need or would like. Would you like some coffee? Do you have tea? No, we could probably add it. And he gives her some little bits of herbs and twigs and moss, and she puts it in a cup and pours some boiling water on it, hands it back to him. That's not bad, but I think you need tea on the menu. I'll mention it to Cessna next time I talk. Good idea. What was that, Moxie?
Oh, the adventures in said book, for those of us that weren't there, do they seem familiar or no?
What do you mean, do they seem familiar?
Like to the party members around her? Because she's heard Delin talking to Cessna and then, of course, Cracker mentioning it. So she wasn't sure if they were the same adventurers in the book or not.
Yes, so the stories that Moxie has heard around the campfire, so to speak, certainly overlap towards the end, but a lot of the opening exposition seems relatively new to Moxie because I don't believe Delin didn't experience it, but I think Delin may have heard some of it before, but she wasn't.
Okay, just curious.
It's been a long journey, and the picture on the back jacket is a picture of a doppelganger half shapeshifting into a very pretty but not beautiful human female dressed in sort of a barmaid's outfit, holding a plate with a Cessna on it. All right. Does Byleth want to do the other update, or should we go back to reading some books that Moxie's found, or is there anything else anybody wants to do?
I also want to search for the other one, but maybe Moxie can go first.
Because it was too long.
It was too long.
Oh, DM cries into his coffee again.
Well, it was quite nice and eventful. Try reading a run-on sentence with numerous body parts listed.
It wasn't a run-on sentence. It's not a run-on sentence. It was constructed properly.
I know.
All right. Well, this is your Port Nyanzaru update, which is nowhere near as long.
This is nice. Okay. News update. Jolt and Port Nyanzaru. Port Nyanzaru has, for the last few months, been wrecked by a civil war that initially began between pro-colonial and pro-independence groups. But after a terrorist attack on the Temple of Joaquin, during which dozens of bankers, clients, and security personnel were killed or injured, the conflagration has become a religious crusade. Several of the merchant princes have moved their homes and businesses in favor of locations offering greater security and stability. Tory loyalists have moved to the city of Ethkalketla in Others have taken refuge on a newly developed island, run by a wizard from the Scourge family of Silverymoon. This island has also developed into a haven for animals retired from the dinosaur races, which have been suspended indefinitely during this time of violence. Despite the proximity of danger, the island, now named Agus Park, sponsored by Dinomart, has become a Sword Coast attraction and holiday resort. In the meantime, foreign crusaders and mercenaries, including the Flaming Fist and the Zentrum, have been called in and are carving Chult up into fiefdoms run by local warlords. Interesting.
Interesting indeed. Terrorist
Yeah.
attack on the Temple of Joaquin. That sounds terrible.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Who would do such a thing?
Not a
Goddamn terrorists.
yeah. It's terrible.
In the back of the quarter, Cracker's like, not me.
Well, it wasn't really me. I was
Yeah.
helping.
Me too.
Yeah, because that's an acceptable excuse these days.
I was just
I was
trying to
just
help,
a-
I swear.
I was just a getaway driver.
We were actually.
All right.
How old are these updates? Are they a week old, 2 weeks old, a day?
These updates, it depends. So these are not. There's usually magic involved, but it's not like it's a magical divination spell, right? What you saw was that when Irmas, the librarian in the Hall of the Present, is gathering information, she's basically getting a lot of information from various real-time sources, but they're real-time only in the sense that the news was real-time at the time that whatever the source was delivering it or collecting it. So if it's a bat that's flying into Graven Hollow, who knows where that news came from and how long it took to get down there. But you also have seen that there are sending stones and there's magical contact. Generally speaking, you're aware that divination doesn't work, but that doesn't stop people from having communication. But you get the impression that most of this is pretty up to date. You know, it's not like
just,
6 months old or something.
No, because we told Silhouette Hall that Sokmai was the cause, not and know that it's of a demonic origin. The mold.
Yes, it's possible that was the source of the information.
Yeah.
And of course, this is, it's not like I said, it's not necessarily magical. So from your recollection of the initial conversations, both with Charlotte, who has been working here for some time and has learned how things work to some extent, although she's probably still a little bit miffed about not knowing that there were these nice resting quarters that she could have availed herself of. To say nothing of, just having a nice spa day, which presumably Charlotte enjoyed at one point or another. There's also the fact that, you understand this is Graven Hollow, a stone giant run library, which primarily focuses on things that are important to giants and things that are related to the Underdark, which is the stone part. Although a lot of stone giants also live in mountains. So the further removed one is from that core area of focus, the less reliable or the less intense information might be relating to those particular aspects or subject matter. The demons are, of course, quite topical because they've been running around and gathering strength for some time in the Underdark. So, shall we do one more in the Hall of the Past? All right. So, why don't we finish off the research on limbs?
All right. Arms dealer. The biography of a man known for getting the best out of people. I first got into dealing in arms at the age of 17 during the final battle of the Troll Wars in 952 DR. While other young men were busy fighting the trolls or burning the bodies to prevent regeneration, I saw an opportunity and collected as many of the writhing, wriggling, and smelly arms as I could. While growing a new troll out of just one arm isn't possible, the arms were still useful given they were animated and had a will of their own and could still wield simple weapons. While I did sell a number of these to lords, wizards, and even clerics who sought to protect valuable building entrances or chests, the market for such buyers eventually became saturated. Plus, normal humans had demanded in those days from work-related injuries such as storming enemy castles or limbs being chopped off for stealing, Searching battlefields is a great way to find a plethora of recently amputated parts for use in surgical or magical attachment. The simplest way to fix a withered limb is through the use of the heal spell. In certain cases, one can amputate a donor limb and attach it to the correct location using a magical ointment. Another option, albeit extreme, is to die and be brought back to life via powerful spells such as resurrection or reincarnation, which restores the body. This is not recommended, however, as dying is rarely a good answer to repairing an otherwise non-fatal injury. Note to self. The chaotic good or neutral good adventurer may, under the right circumstances, appeal to a unicorn and, with the blessing bestowed by its horn, which the supplicant would obtain by lowering their head towards the magical beast, be restored in limb. Before doing so, however, it is advisable to confirm that what appears to be the unicorn is in fact a true unicorn and not just a horny horse in drag.
Oh,
Love. Well,
That's good stuff.
A horn, not
yeah.
not that kind of horn. You people,
Oh my
get
God.
your heads out of the gutter.
It lives in the gutter. Leave me alone.
A horn on a horse, a
Yeah.
unicorn, a horn.
Okay.
He says, having laid the trap for everyone.
Shake
I don't
my
know.
head.
Yep,
Considering
again.
our previous adventures with unicorns and the devouring of faces.
Mm. Yeah, if only you had this. If only you were armed with this knowledge beforehand.
Yeah. Well, that's a little bit
Do
more
you
information.
guys want to take a little long rest? It's getting close to the end of the day, to the extent that you feel that it's the end of the day. Maybe after all those susnas and snacks and things, you guys are a little tired, sleepy even.
You go for a nap.
All that
Yep.
reading is, even after a nap, Moxie's tired.
All right. Who wants to lead the party to their rooms?
Not it.
Wisdom check.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
Oh,
17.
all right.
That whole 1, 2, 3, not it situation.
You arrive in separate rooms, each tailored to your specific needs. The rooms can be adjusted, but for those of you who are happy with the way they're set up, this is what you receive. Cud
Mhm.
is in a very large room. Can you all see this? I assume you can.
Mhm.
That befits his stature. Ooh, comfy bed. Maliborn is in a room that's sufficiently dark to suit his mood. Drinkle Sweetwater is in a room that's got lots of cosmetics and perfumes and unguents and combs and brushes for her beard, which she's very excited. Bonecracker is in a room that seems to suit her Spartan preferences. Dalin is in a room that has a magical view of a nature setting. It isn't actually a portal, it just is an illusion, but it does work to provide the impression that you're half in, half out of nature.
So cool.
Byleth is in a room that has lots of interesting things to take a look at. There's lots of little bits of ceramics and pretty bits of art, as well as some frescoes and glass windows that seem to have some stories built into them. Moxie is in a room with the 2 hyena cubs, and the beds there seem to be bunk beds. Zanice is given a room that has a pool of water in the middle, and
Yes.
she is certainly welcome to take a nice hot bath. There is also a working fireplace that produces extremely high heat, which makes it very cozy for Zanice, not so cozy for the rest of you. Charlotte is in a nice little room that's got tons of books, loads of reading materials. Some of them are reference materials, some of them are just pure fiction. She could keep herself busy for days just staying here if she so. There's also a table with some writing utensils, paper, things that she could use to take down what she wants. Cracker is in a room that looks like an absolute mess.
Feels like home. Ah.
It literally looks like somebody was here, a bunch of rock stars trashed it, left, and then the cleaning staff came in and trashed it some more.
I just kick stuff out of the way.
Agamemnon is shown to a room that seems functional and Spartan. Moxie, are you okay with the hyena cubs, or did you not want to?
No, we're okay.
All right. So you guys can take a long rest. You guys can also rearrange bits of the rooms. I can't change the images, but you can certainly do certain things. And you can tell me what you'd like to do. But we'll take a short rest in the meantime in real life. Let's call it 7 to 10 minutes. And you guys can think about what you're doing in the room. You guys can think about whether changing your spell preparation or anything else. And of course, this counts as your long rest. I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
All right.
Hi, we hope you're enjoying this episode, and if so, please like and subscribe. And remember, the next time your DM says, roll initiative, yell back,
Here.
hold
my earrings.
Here, hold my earrings.
This is good. I think we only need this take.
Okay. So, did anybody want to do anything specific with their rooms? Or just happy to sack out? Or maybe have a little long bath, or I don't know,
Very
whatever,
long
read a book or
bath.
something. Long bath. Yeah, the water is really, really comfortable. For a tiefling with fire resistance, it is like 150 degrees Celsius, so it is like nice and toasty. You can feel your pores opening up. You watch as little bits of detritus, dirt, oils, and various blood stains kind of dissolve into the water, then float to the surface, and then gently float off against the edges of the little jacuzzi you're in, because there's a very hidden but clever suction system that takes the water out slowly and filters it and then recycles it. You can even see little bits of bone that had gotten caught in your hair from various fights, and a dead mushroom just kind of come off and melt away. Anybody else want to do anything?
I would like to light a candle for Satina.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm very sad.
yeah, should be said. But again, no body was recovered.
Yeah, that's true.
Who knows? No body, no death, they say.
There's still a bit of hope.
Still a little bit of hope before he crushes it.
New update.
Soul of Satina Fizzle reportedly in chains in hell, being tortured until eternity.
Oh, no.
All because she forgot to return a book.
Exactly. Yes, the candle burns very brightly as you say Satina's name, and then it sort of returns to its normal candle light power. You feel momentarily as if a warm presence hugs you, and then it goes away. But as it does, you hear a soft sound, you think, in your ears, but you can't be 100% sure, partly because you've got horns and partly because you've got stuff from your horns that jingles and jangles. It's very confusing sometimes. Anyone else? Okay.
There's a lot of snoring going on in my room.
Okay. Does Cracker even sleep on the bed? Does she sleep on the bed in a normal position, or are two
Bed.
limbs hanging off and the head hanging off?
What's this thing on the floor? I was just sleeping on the floor. Like there's this big whatever in the
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, anything's a bed if you're brave enough.
Zacking out.
There you go. Now, what about Delin? How does she like her room?
Oh, it's beautiful. I after reading the snippet from Silver Moon, I'm just thinking, and I'm taking out my sending stone again,
Mm-hmm.
and I send a message to Silith Hall
Mm.
And just say, gotta lead portal in Mesoberenzen. Going to talk with former Archmage. Will update you as soon as I know more.
Okay. Silith Hall will reply, excellent work. Is the Archmage Vizeran Devere by any chance? Question mark. What a bore! Exclamation mark.
Can I answer that? Or is it just
Well,
one a long rest?
you can answer it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But if you want to answer it now for tomorrow, that's fine.
I'm just gonna say yes, it is. I noticed.
Response. I used to be the Archmage of Menzoberranzan. I used to be the
Yeah.
Archmage of... And this goes on for 25 characters.
Mhm.
25 words, rather. Okay, very good. So, Silith Hall sharing your frustrations. How does Charlotte feel about her room? Books, books, and more books.
Yeah, she finds it quite cozy. She's loving it. She's still copying out those books from before and poring over the bits about Loth and the web and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And I guess she also takes the opportunity to change around her spells, the prepared spells and all that.
Okay, so what spells are you preparing instead now?
I am preparing.
This is Zanisa's room. Yep.
I'm preparing Find Familiar, Floating Disc, Magic Missile, Sleep, and Unseen Servant.
Okay. You don't need to prepare Find. You've got it as a ritual. It's a ritual spell.
Okay. In that case, I'll just switch Find Familiar for Shield.
I thought Shield was already prepared.
I had unprepared it, but I'll re-prepare it now.
Nice. And how does Moxie feel about her room with her two flatmates, as it were? There are even little fish in the pool. It's not so much a bathtub as it is like a gold koi pond, which the hyena cubs are quite keen to jump in and try to go grab lunch or dinner.
Considering they didn't get fed dinner.
No,
She kinda lets them.
I think Dylan bought them a pasty, right? Rotha pasty.
They did.
Yeah.
She did earlier in the day. So, but they're cubs. They're growing. They need to eat more.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's going to let them be cubs and play in the water and try and hunt the fish. But I'm sure the fish are either holograms or they're smarter than the cubs, considering where they're at.
Well, they're not holograms; they're real fish, but they're blind cave fish. They seem to live in this pool, but there's also a small drainage portal that the fish seem to be able to swim in and out of, which is much too small for the hyena cubs to go into.
Yeah. So they can get away.
If you want them to try to go for it, let's have some attack rolls.
All right. Let's see if they can catch a fish. Nope. They're too young.
First one falls in, completely drenching itself. Comes out looking about 1/3 the original size, as a result of the matted fur, smelling like something absolutely died.
Yeah, well, that'll learn its lesson, I guess.
Yeah, it shakes off and gets you all wet. Yeah, the second one comes up with a fish in its mouth. There you go.
The two
And the
cubs
two
fight over the
immediately fall to
fish.
fighting over each other, fighting over the fish with each other.
I'll clean the mess up later.
Okay, fair enough.
Let them be cubs. Have to make them behave most of the time we're here. So she figures
Okay.
every now and again.
Right. Okay. Agamemnon is scrawling in some notes down. Bone Cracker, but he doesn't have the book because Charlotte has the book, the treatise. Drinkle is busy applying 14 layers of pancake on her face and brushing her beard. Maliborn is meditating, thinking about his life choices and doing sit-ups. And Bonecracker seems to be sitting there thinking about how she's going to compose a poem telling the history of her people. After a long rest, each of you awakens and you feel very well refreshed for the next 24 hours until you take your next long rest. You each have a +1 to your 2-hit your saving throws, and your armor class, and skill checks. It's only temporary, so
Yay!
don't make any permanent changes on your character sheet, but just keep it in mind. There you go. And for those of you who decided to take baths, which I know only one of you, you disgusting oiks, your hair looks incredibly glossy and all right. Presumably you return back to the Hall of the Past to finish up your research. Certainly Moxie's got some more work to do. Anybody going to talk to Tonker?
I want to talk to Tonker.
Okay. Well, he's busy with his nose and beard in a gigantic book.
I slap him on the back. Cracker slaps him on the back and says, "Hey, Tonker, buddy, pal. I got rid of that shovel. I had to get rid of that shovel because it, somebody needed it, so I gave it to them. But do you have anything else?"
And he recoils from the shock of your very strong slap, because of course you're an incredibly powerful barbarian who maybe doesn't necessarily know her own strength sometimes, and looks at you, blinking without any comprehension or recognition, and says, "Do I know you? Do I know you? I don't recognize you. Uh, what what shovel are you talking about?"
Okay. Someone told me about this. We're in the past. You're in the past. You're going to meet me in the future. And you're going to give me this amazing shovel.
Shovel? What? Why would I give you a shovel?
Because you sell stuff? Don't you sell stuff?
Well, I make magic swords, but I don't sell them usually. I just gift them to friends of mine or allies, if it's for a specific purpose. I'm here
Say?
researching how to make a dragon slayer sword right now.
Buddy, sounds interesting. Tell me everything.
Well, I mean, yeah. And he sort of rubs his beard. He looks a little bit uncertain. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. Or are you trying to intimidate him?
Oh, no, I'm trying to buddy.
Well,
Oh, I love it.
but you don't seem very. What's your alignment? What gods do you follow? How do you feel about evil and good? And he sort of squints one eye while raising his other eyebrow.
Like protecting my friends. And, tyrants are bad. And, yeah, I'm here for my buddies, and I'm always here to protect them. I'm here to protect the little people. Like you.
I'm a master enchanter. I'm not really needing in the protection department, but I like you. And he pats you gently on the shoulder. You remind me of my good friend, Oyvind. Oyvind is a barbarian from the 10 Towns region near the spine of the world. He's a fine fellow, and I'm looking for books on how to make a dragon slayer sword just for him.
Pretty great barbarian.
Oh, he's quite fine. He's part of our little group. We all used to travel together and go on adventures. Yes, there was Oyvind, there was Merryvale the Bard. Merryvale was always drinking, had a bit of a problem with the drink he did. And we had Father Amator, who was, of course, our cleric of Torm. The lawful nature always got into sort of Oyvind's beard a bit, being as he was chaotic from the 10 Towns, but they all got along in the end because we were in it for a greater purpose. Have you heard
the
of
world.
Oyvind?
No,
Do
I
you
haven't.
know Oyvind?
No, I don't know
it's-
Oyvind. I'd like to meet him. I'd like to wrestle him.
Well,
Sounds amazing.
yeah, he's very strong. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, actually, I say that, but I don't know that you would have gotten him. You see, he's on this quest to redeem his family's honor, because apparently his grandson. Well, you know how the orcs and the humans up there don't get along up near Luskan. And well, his grandson sort of went over to the other side, if you mean. Had a fling with his, I should say his son, had a fling with a lady orc and produced a half, a mixed race child, and it's all a terrible, terrible embarrassment, apparently. He's got to go out and find a white dragon to kill to redeem his family honor. I don't know if I should do it, to be honest. He's got a fighting chance, but not much of one. He's a bit over the hill, probably, and even with this sword, he's not really going to have much of an opportunity other than if he gets the drop on it. But apparently it's got a mate, and I don't know if he can take on two by himself. I'm thinking of not making it, although I don't know that would stop him.
Do I hear this?
Yes, you all hear this.
What year is it for you now, Tonker?
Well, obviously it's 1480.
Ah, it's 1480. Okay. Spoiler alert. Okay, I'm not going to. Well, we are from 1493, so I think we should be careful not to reveal anything. But a lot of things happen between your time and our time.
Oh, I see. Well, give me a hint. Is White Snake dead?
White Snake? I haven't met White Snake. I don't know of any White Snake.
He's the great white worm. Well, if you haven't heard of him, then maybe he's dead. That's a good sign. That suggests that
Yeah.
maybe Oyvind was successful. Right.
Yeah, he might.
I'll get
Yeah.
back to making this sword for him then. Yeah, he
Uh,
is my closest. Feel terribly guilty if he if anything bad happened to him, but perhaps with this sword he'll be successful and it'll all work out in the end then.
How is that butterfly effect again? Well, all I can say is that Meriwether is fine, still drinking wine.
Merryvale, oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
very
he
well.
is a half. He's a half elf, isn't he? So he does live a bit longer than the rest of us. Although at his rate of drinking, I think he would be about as normal as a human.
Yeah.
And how about Merryvale? How do you know him?
We met him. Well, I met him in a temple. He was
A temple?
yeah,
Merryvale?
a temple of Loth. So he was stuck, and
A
we freed
temple
him.
of Loth?
Yeah.
Really? Was it a
Yeah.
shotgun wedding? I always told him you ought to watch where he
Yeah.
puts Specker.
No,
He's
it
going to
was
get
a
himself in trouble.
hidden temple.
A hidden temple of
Yeah.
Loth. Father Amator did say something about looking into some spidery things, but he said that was a long-term project. It sounded like some research for something he was working on.
Yeah. Well, I guess it was a long time project because we only met him a couple of months ago, maybe half a year. So
Oh, you know how these clerics are with their research. If it
yeah.
isn't chants and prayers, it's writing tomes and figuring out all kinds of magical healing things. It's all very boring, actually, to me. I like making things that go swish, swish, and he makes these knife slashing moves with his arm. For a wizard, I'm quite into the martial things.
Oh, maybe that's where Satina got it from.
Satina.
Oh, you haven't met her yet either. Yeah.
So
She was
I've met all of you, have I?
well, some of us. Cracker here and Violet at least, and me. I don't know if Moxie met you. Did you, Moxie?
No, I have no
No.
idea who he is.
No, I think we met him right before we met you.
I don't
You
know.
told us to go here, actually.
Yeah, actually, you did.
I told you to come in here. Well, I wonder if that was supposed to be to meet me.
Might have been.
Do you need help with something?
Yeah, just wanted to say hi. I just didn't realize you wouldn't know me, but it's been fun.
Oh, Well, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. You know, I'm sure you're a very fine lady.
Barbarian, just
Right,
I'm
barbarian, yeah.
hopefully
I
following
don't
in the
want
footsteps. You know.
I didn't want to use the term. Don't know if it's offensive to some people. You know, it's
Oh
one
no.
has to be careful these days, or even maybe in your day. I don't know. Hmm. Well,
I don't know. How much do you know about things that happen in your future?
well, in my future, I mean, how would I know? 1 second. What is that? Stop that. And he looks down at his pouch, and you can actually hear a jingling from the satchel that he's got tucked into his waist. It's a very large satchel. It's like the size of a very large gym bag. And he opens it up. Just 1 second. And something is vibrating inside. And he pulls out a large bone.
Rack.
Hey,
Hey.
Delin, how's it going?
Oh.
Hey, Crocker.
How do
Hey.
you how do you remember us?
How do I remember you? What is this, a trick? Come on, we're buds.
Tonker doesn't remember us.
Yeah, see, Tonker's he's immortal, right? I'm immortal. I'm I don't have time to explain it all, but apparently time isn't linear and time moves in curls and waves, and you can pierce the time through different portals. So, I basically can see through all time. Anything I've ever experienced or will experience, I know about it. Hey,
Ah, okay.
how you
Good.
been?
Well, good, I guess.
That
We
sounded forced. That sounded forced. I know you, Dylan. Come on, come over here, give me a hug. And he jumps into your arms and he wriggles
Oh.
and vibrates nice and warmly.
I kind of pat him on the head thingy.
That tickles. Hey, don't mess up my hair.
Ah. Well, it's been a lot of fighting and, well, close calls. We kind of lost
Oh.
Satina to a
Oh,
librarian.
a librarian.
Yeah, she was
Really?
arrested. Yeah, she was arrested.
Oh, that's not a surprise. Come on. I mean, check her out. I mean, she was choking.
Yeah.
What about Cora? Where's Cora? I don't see her anywhere.
Well, how can I explain it? She left to be at Lathander's side, I think. She was kind of whooshed away as well.
Nah, she's always a goody two shoes.
Well, I think
Here
that
I
was the
am, a
problem.
magical bone club, and she just wouldn't use me because she didn't like my personality. Well, some people you just can't get past the surface things, isn't it? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Hey, what about you guys? Who are you? And he looks at the rest of the party.
I'm Byleth.
Hey, nice to meet you. And he jumps in your hand and he sort of vibrates really quickly. I'm
Yeah.
Winrack.
Oh. Cool name.
Thank you. Yeah. Headbutt. And he jumps up and he bops one of your horns in
Okay.
a gentle kind of way. Yeah. All right. High five. Yeah.
Great energy.
Thank you. Yeah. You can put me to use. Anything that requires being beaten down or bashed, doors, stone walls, grinding up seeds for a cake. I can do it all. Tonker's like,
Yeah.
Winrack, stop that. How about you? And he looks at Zanice.
I'm Zanice. Hi.
Oh, I get some down energy on that one. I'm going to leave it alone.
Thank you.
I think she needs a hot bath or something just to relax.
Yes.
How about you, lady?
Lady.
Either one of you.
Be me.
Don't be shy, either one of you. He jumps between two of you. Shake hands. Well, whatever you got.
Moxie kind of cocks an eyebrow and looks at it and kind of wonders what the hell it is.
It is a very large thigh bone that is banded and is obviously animated because it just flies in the air on its own power.
Yeah. This is Winrack. Well, I don't exactly know how he came into be in our group, but I think it was Cora or something that picked him up at some time.
Yeah, it was Cora. Yeah, but then she put me in a bag. She liked me initially, and then she said I talked too much, and she shoved me in a bag, and I stayed there for like months. Come on, what's up with that? That's just
That's her.
rude.
Yeah.
I told her I was enchanted to defeat anything named Dragon. It's not my fault that Tonker over there. And he sort of shakes his bit of his being towards Tonker. Was still starting out and made a mistake. So I'm not very useful against dragons unless they're actually called dragon. But if you put me in front of some guy at a nightclub wearing Paco Rabanne and dragon, I can beat the daylights out of him.
Yeah.
Tonker just sort of looks down a bit ashamed. I was still getting used to doing magic and chanting. It's kind of normal to make mistakes. It's a good club. He's magical. He does extra damage. It's not like he's not useful. Plus, he's got a great memory. Yeah, that's all right. Bygones be bygones.
At least you
How
still
about you?
exist.
What? What's that?
I said at least you now exist.
Yeah, exactly. High five.
He kind of lifts her hand and does the high five.
And he puts the bony bit in your hand and then he like bops it really quickly. How about you, little lady?
Oh, hi. Hello, Winrar. My name is Charlotte. And then she sort of like shakes him as if she was shaking a hand.
Hey, all right. Yeah, she gets it. Got a fine grip there. Do you use clubs?
I'm more at home with a dagger myself.
Yeah, dagger's okay if you want to open mail. But for bashing something, especially if it's wearing armor, you can't beat a good club.
Almost sounds
I
like you
can see
want
the
some in your
appeal.
home.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm hanging out with Tonker at the moment because, he gets a little fuddy-duddy, if you know what I mean. But if you guys ever need any help, you let us know and I'll pop on by and we'll bash some bad guys or some good guys. I don't care. I'm just in it for the bashing.
I can totally get behind that. I like that. And I fist bump him.
Yeah. High five. High thigh. High thigh. High thigh. High thigh.
High thigh! And I stick my leg up. High thigh!
And he bashes your leg. High thigh. All right. And he goes,
Charlotte
well,
backs away.
Got some negative energy on that one. All right, I'm good. I get it. I know when I've overstayed my welcome. Hey, Tonka, you got to get back to that research. You got to finish making that sword. Shh! Don't tell him. It'll ruin him.
Yeah.
And as he moves away, he starts sort of singing under his breath. See you in a few years, and remember to toss the dragon's teeth behind you. Right, we haven't done that yet. Oh, oops. Anyway, how's that song go? And the neck bone's connected to the thigh bone, and the thigh bone's connected to the arm bone, and the arm bone's connected to the hip bone, and now shake them selling bones. Anyway, see you guys later.
See ya.
Tonker just looks as he jumps into his satchel again. He looks at the rest of the party, shrugs, puts his arms out and goes, sorry. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
Winrack is he's an acquired taste. I just keep him
Yeah.
around because he's good at bashing things. So, were you looking for something? Did you need some help? I've been here for a while. I might know where some things are.
No, we're having some problem in our time, and we are trying to find a solution to it.
Oh. And then he looks at Moxie's arm and says, oh, I see. Yeah, that's no good. You know how I got Winrack? I started off as a loan. You know how much it cost me?
An arm and a leg.
Oh, you've been there, isn't it? what can you do? Anyhow. So, let me see. I think I saw something here. Here. And he pulls out a book for you. I didn't actually get a chance to read it, but I think this might be useful for you.
Okay. Kind of takes the book.
Right. Well, excuse me while I get back to my research. Thanks for letting me know about Oyvind, and yeah, I'll keep going at it. I
Yeah,
can't
you
let my
do
friend
that.
down. You know, he's counting on me, really.
Good luck with your research. You're gonna
Thank you.
We'll
Well, it's
see you
great
in
seeing you.
yeah, we'll see you in like 13 years again.
Oh, well, at least I know I get to live that long.
Yeah,
Imagine I'll be making lots of magical swords by then.
lots
Shovels,
and shovels,
What's that?
brooms.
and brooms.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean shovels and brooms? I don't make shovels and brooms. You mean magical brooms like the flying kind?
You branch out a bit.
Really? Oh, I must be very successful then. To
Yes,
have a
you are.
big store in Silvermoon or something.
Spoilers.
Am I
Not
quite
that.
wealthy? Much respected?
Well, you have your own carriage.
A carriage? Yeah.
You know, a thing with wheels that put stuff in. You know, that
Oh,
thing.
yeah, I know what a
Yes.
carriage is.
Yeah.
It's kind of sounds like everybody's got one of those, though. Hmm. Well, I suppose I needed one to haul around all me money. I don't like the look of your faces. I better not ask any more questions. Right, back to now. If one wants to make a dragon slayer sword, one needs to stop dragon. Yeah, well, that's obvious, isn't it? If I already had a dead dragon, I wouldn't need a dragon slayer sword. Rubbish.
Mhm.
And he just sort of delves into his books and gets carried away.
What an
As-
interesting fellow.
Hmm?
I said, what an interesting fellow.
Yeah.
I think
He is.
Winrack's a little bit more interesting.
Well, they go great together.
Seem to have slightly matching personalities.
Yeah.
You can tell one created the other. We'll just leave it at that.
One book falls out of the shelves at Zanisa's feet.
I pick it up
Okay. Do you open it?
very slowly. I open it.
Right. As you open it, I know the screen is black, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you open it, each time you turn a page, something pops up and it's beautiful and magical. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a great forest. And in that forest was a cabin wherein lived a noble ranger. One day, a beautiful elf maiden from a magical city became lost in the woods. When the ranger rescued the elf maiden, the two found a connection of true love. But the jealous king wanted the elf maiden for himself, and the couple resolved to escape by hiring a magical airship. The spiteful king ordered his wizard to strike them down, which he did, whilst they professed their undying devotion to each other. The wizard was so touched that he later melded their essences into a single tree, allowing them to spend eternity together. And they never had any children.
Amazing.
And once
Everyone hear
you've read
that?
the story,
Did everyone hear
You-
that?
yes, everyone heard that.
What a beautiful story.
It was. Have a
Pop
good
up
romance.
books. There's no fighting though. Like, where was the fighting?
There were no children. It's the best book I
No,
ever
you
read.
you were a child once. You know that, right?
Bleh.
Even her own childhood makes her cringe, remembering little
Yeah.
Zanice running around tottering while her horns are tiny nubs.
she basks in the warm afterglow of that lovely story. All right. What else do you guys want to do?
Didn't you say that Tonga gave us a book?
I was going to say, great minds.
Yeah,
What is this book?
it's a book completely covered in what appears to be a matte black cover. It's so dark that it actually doesn't look like anything's there. It just looks like a hole in existence.
I'm going to open it.
Of course you will.
Of course. Curiosity didn't kill Moxie yet.
And you see inside the book another image of a book hidden in a little creche. Interesting. Book of Shadows.
Book of Shadows? Is this like a book in a book?
Great.
Moxie's confused.
Do we recognize the location depicted?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a history check. You, your background isn't really specifically attuned to the area where this is from, but it looks a bit like it could be something from the Shadowfell.
Guys, that looks like something that could be from the Shadowfell.
What's it about? Can you read it?
Sorry,
Have you
what?
opened it? Have you opened
Yeah,
it
the
yet?
book is open on the first page,
What does
and
it
it asked a
say?
question of Moxie, so it's waiting for a response.
Oh, Moxie missed the question. Sorry.
It asked if you're interested in the Book of Shadows.
Yes.
And a book appears and opens in front of you. Turn the pages and read Book of Shadows, and all will be revealed.
Turning pages and reading.
And as you turn the pages, you see the little creche that this book is in seems to change form, and you see something appear in the background behind it.
Portal.
And you are surrounded by shadows in every corner, except for two blazing spheres of light and fire. Everything feels both chilly and dark at the same time that you sense that there is something moving. Every time you turn your head in the direction that you think you see movement, it disappears.
Excellent.
Oh no, what's happening now?
And me with no jars to capture a shadow. Dagnabbit!
You
Can
guys
put
know what to
can-
do.
Can you put a shadow in a water flask?
You know what I say, you can always try.
I could just drink this mead.
Somebody. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Once told me.
Yeah.
The world is gonna own me.
Why don't we have Yvonne? Why don't you roll for the shadows? All right, nice. Okay, well, Charlotte gets to go first.
I guess for now she'll just kind of like wait. She'll prepare an action. She'll prepare to use magic missile on the first shadow that comes like too close.
Okay, so you do understand that if so. Well, first of all, just be clear. What does too close mean?
Like in striking in melee distance.
Huh? What?
Or just before melee distance. So how do I like ping an area on the
Just left click and hold down.
left click and hold down? So like here, I suppose.
Okay.
She's a bit
So
confused at what's going on and
So within
doesn't wanna,
5 feet of,
yeah,
within 10 feet of her, is that what you're saying?
yes.
Okay. So if it came within 10 feet of Byleth, that's not necessarily a trigger.
Okay, sure. 10 feet within anyone within the party.
No, you can do whatever. I just want you to get used to the idea that it's good that you're doing you're readying an action, just to be clear. But it's good that you understand how ready action works, which means you have to be quite specific about the catalyst or the trigger. So within 10 feet.
Okay, let me change that actually. So instead, I'll ready shocking grasp, and then if it
Okay.
comes within,
Well, it has to be close.
yeah.
It has to be within. It has to be next to
Yeah.
you. For you. Okay.
yes. So if something walks up to me, I'll be like, yeah, and shock it.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. Cracker.
So I take out my flask of mead and I drink it down and I hand the flask to Moxie. Whole
You
thing.
can just pour it out.
No,
No, she
I
drank
You
it.
had to drink
Why did I waste that?
it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Go
now
ahead
she's
and roll a
drunk.
con save.
Yeah, right. It'll just make me stronger. 13.
Yeah. So you feel warmer, and there's no ill effects. Well done. And you hand Moxie a flask. Okay.
Yep.
Good. Byleth.
First things first. Can I roll my portent because I forgot?
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm gonna do that. 6 and 6. Okay. And
that's-
then
It's not bad.
I'm very confused as to like what is going on,
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
and like, do I see that guy?
Yeah, you can see all the shadows popping up.
Uh-huh. I think, they look pretty evil. So, okay, I'm just gonna say if they come near us, and seem like they want to attack any of us, then I will ready my chill touch
Okay.
to attack.
Again, how would you know if something was like how close is something close, and
Uh-huh.
how would you know if something's going to attack you
Yeah, that's the thing.
short of them using a ranged attack? Like, what if something just sort of walks up to you? I mean, it's still got to get close to you to attack you, but you don't necessarily know what it's going to do after.
That's true. Well, I don't know what it is.
Well, you could say if it attacks you, or you could just say it doesn't really matter. You can just go ahead and attack them now, right?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. Okay, well, I'm just gonna attack them now. I changed my strategy because I'm also,
Mhm.
I'm standing next to Cracker and she looks so ready to fight, and so I'm
Mhm.
just, I'm
Okay.
just gonna attack this one with my chill touch again.
Okay. All right. Yes, that will hit. Remind me that one has got the disadvantage. Well done. It kind of you watch as little wisps of the shadowy form seem to tear off and float away, and it recoils in obvious pain.
All right, I'm staying here in my little group.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, they're pretty close. So this one is going to fly up now that it's been attacked, and it's going to attack Zenice. What was your trigger, Charlotte?
Well, I changed it so that if they come in melee range of myself.
Right. Okay, so it's not going to trigger on Zenice.
No.
And nobody else has got a trigger, so this is going to attack Zenice. And go ahead and roll the attack, Charlotte. Or
Okay.
Sophie, rather.
You can call me whatever. This is just a D20, right?
It's confusing because both Sophie and Charlotte are real world names.
Maybe I'll change it to something ridiculous.
You don't have to change it. I just have to get used to it. It's fine. So that is going to hit Zenice.
Yes.
Zenice, Daria, Zenice feels this cold that takes hold over you. Roll a d4. You lose 2 points of strength,
Ugh.
and you feel like you are weaker. You also take 9 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, oh my gosh is right. This one is going to run up to Charlotte, fly up to Charlotte. You can attack it, Charlotte. Okay. You do hit it by reaching out and touching it. And the electricity courses through this form, but it also kind of goes through it and then spreads out outside of it. You feel as if perhaps this thing didn't do as much damage as you were expecting it. But it did tatter a little bit. This one will come up to Moxie and will attack Moxie. So, Laura, why don't you go ahead and roll that attack?
20.
Oh no!
Oh, and a nat 20. There goes my other arm.
Well done,
sorry.
Laura.
Okay. Well, Susan, you can roll a d4 for your strength loss. And yeah, we'll do
Phew. Whoa. There goes my strength.
Oh my god. A natural
lose 1
20 and then
point of
a
strength.
critical failure.
And you take 14 hit points of necrotic damage.
Ow.
Foxy, no.
This one. Byleth. This one will.
Le-
Hello.
Oh.
He's like, hi, how are you
Delay.
today?
All right, and that'll be their turns. Moxie.
Oh boy. Since there's only one in front of her. But she is going to, remembering not to touch them. This is what happened to her arm last time. She's just going to
Mhm.
look in the general direction of the one in front of her, who just kind of sapped her strength even worse than it was. And cast Thunderwave.
So just to be clear, you're gonna use Thunderwave on this one
Yes.
below you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only gonna get that one. Whereas if you use
Mhm.
Thunderwave in the right position, you can get more than.
Yeah, she's not thinking too clearly right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll its con save.
Oh, son of a kraken.
Yeah. It definitely blows part of the shadow out, but it doesn't seem like it did very much damage. Okay. Delin.
I am going to use a tidal wave. Did I have
Ooh.
short touch? So 10 feet and 30 feet.
Post it.
I guess
Post it first.
let's see. Yep. 10 feet wide and 30 feet
Okay.
long. So I guess I can only get these 3.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from the bottom, saving throws.
I mean, if you
starting
want to hit Zanice and Byleth as well, you can get 4 of them.
I'm good.
Not today.
Not today. Maybe another day.
Zanice
So
likes bats, though.
I'm
Okay.
going to go from the bottom. The saving throw.
Okay.
The first saving throw is from the bottom and up.
Okay.
To
All
know
right.
which that one. 199.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, so they're all gonna fail their saves, it looks like. The one on the bottom is completely destroyed. Actually, all 3 of them are completely destroyed.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. You watch as this wave of water appears and then just disappears completely, and they just they get washed away, and there's nothing left. Anything else for Dylan?
yeah. Denise took a hit, right? And also Charlotte did, right? And Moxie.
Yeah.
Oh, Moxie
Uh-huh.
did. Yeah,
Moxie's an
she got the crit,
afterthought.
right?
Wait,
I'm
did
going
Charlotte
to.
take a hit?
No, it was Moxie.
Ah,
It was Moxie.
Was my mistake. Yeah. I am going to. I can't heal her right now because I used a spell. So I'm just gonna move kind of in front here, just to
Okay.
maybe so I wiped his friends out. So maybe he thinks I'm a bigger threat.
Okay. Zanice.
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at this one.
Which one? The one in front of you?
Yes. And save.
Mhm.
Oh.
All right. So it does seem to take a bit of damage, but obviously it kind of racks its head a little bit. You see what appear to be vague memories of arms, if you will, go to where the head would probably be, and it shakes back and forth, and then it seems to recover.
And that's it.
Okay. Charlotte.
Okay. Am I able to use magic missile in conjunction with the sentient spellbook thing, so that I can use like the fire aspect of chromatic orb, if that makes sense? Or is that not how that works?
Yeah, but you don't need. Oh, you want to turn it into fire? Okay, you
Mhm.
can. Yeah, yep, you can.
Superb. Okay, so I'll do I'll do magic missile on the
Just
creature
post
to
the ability. You need to post everything in the chat so we
Ah,
can all see it.
okay. So that's
Okay.
the awakened spellbook ability.
Um.
Good.
Okay. Yep.
And I'll use that on the one to the southeast of Charlotte. All 3 missiles.
Okay.
So, where am I? Pew, pew,
Yep.
pew.
Okay. That'll be enough to destroy that one. Well done.
And then I'll kind of move backwards a bit. Yeah.
Who had the necrotic damage initially?
I
Chill
did.
touch.
Oh,
That was
I think
Moxie?
Deb
No, Laura?
also. Oh, I
Was it Laura?
casted. Uh-huh.
Okay. Sorry, I made a mistake. The chill touch did not affect it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Which one was it?
I think it
This one?
was the dead one.
The dead one. Okay. Doesn't really matter. So, but just so you know, it didn't have any effect. Okay. So that's Charlotte. Well done, Charlotte. Cracker. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do something. Everybody roll a d4. 3 more appear by the flames. Cracker, your turn.
As I get my great axe in my hand here, ready to go, I shout out to Moxie, "Aren't we supposed to make friends with your shadow?" And because this one's attacking Byleth, I'm raging. "Don't you go near my friend!" And I swing my great axe
All right.
for 1 there,
Really?
and I take a second whack at it.
Okay. As you know, that generally, if you're going to have a longer sentence, more than one word, that's kind of going to be your action.
Okay.
Um,
WTH.
Huh?
WTH. What the
Okay,
hell?
all right. All right, so the first one's going to miss. The second one will hit. And it is a magical weapon. So that will be enough to destroy it as it falls apart in tatters. Well done. Anything else for Cracker?
It's a little bit to here.
Hmm?
I just moved one square out.
Okay.
5 feet out. Yeah.
All right. Violet.
I want to attack with Scorching Ray.
Mm.
This one twice and this one once.
Okay.
Mhm.
I won't count the cover. All right. That'll
Shoot.
hit. Ooh, yeah.
For the upper one. And
Okay.
this for the one down there.
Yeah, very badly injured. And this one you said? Next to you? Oh, you
no,
should
it's not
have
ranged.
you should have disadvantage because you're next to this guy, actually. Sorry. I won't count the cover, but you're next to some other guys, and these are
Oh, so that. Okay, then 3 more?
so we'll say the first one hits because we'll call it
Mhm.
the 17. So that'll be for 7. You go roll a second one again. Oh, the second one's gonna miss because that's a 12.
Yeah.
And then the
And
third,
third
that'll miss as well. So
Mhm.
one of the 3 basically hits this one. This one will fly up to Zenice. This one will fly up to Byleth. Actually, we'll come up to Cracker. Moving out there so that it gets a little closer. And the wounded one, this one will come up to Charlotte. This wounded one will attack Charlotte. Go ahead and roll an attack there, Susan.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Why, Susan?
I'm sorry, Sophie.
Can I take? Oh, actually, never mind. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No. I'll just take it like a woman.
All right. A woman with no hit points left, I think.
What?
16 hit points.
Oh my god.
And
Ugh.
you watch as Charlotte goes down. Ugh. Also roll a d4.
Me?
Oh, it doesn't really matter. Charlotte goes down. Let's see. And in her place, you watch in horror as a shadow rises from her corpse.
Corpse.
Oh no.
Charlotte, you'll get to keep playing by attacking everybody else.
Oh my god.
So that's one. This one moved there recently. This one moved there recently. This one moved recently. These two have yet to attack. So one will attack Zanice. Go ahead, Henrietta. Why don't you roll that attack? And then Yvonne, you can roll the attack on Byleth.
I'm gonna use my shield. Ka-chow!
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, 16 would have hit. And what's your armor class there, Laura?
Mine. It's 14 with a +1 and then plus the shield. So 19.
19. So unfortunately, that's still gonna hit.
What?
Yeah. Well, it was 16 roll. Yvonne rolled a 16, right?
Yeah.
So, but the good news is it's not double damage. Some people.
Hmm.
So that's
Uh,
still 12.
uh,
Roll a
great.
d4 for your strength loss. Oh, how's Byleth feeling? Weak.
Like a noodle.
Like a noodle. Oh, no.
Like a noodle.
Just so
Wow.
weak.
Zanice, what's your armor class?
12.
Like a noodle. 12.
Remember
Okay.
+1.
Shield. Yeah, with plus
Yeah.
1, 12, and shield.
You're going to cast shield?
Yeah.
Okay, so that will stop the attack from going through. Well done. And this one is up here and it's going to go after Cracker. Why don't you roll that attack there, Daria?
Okay.
Is Cracker raging?
Oh my god.
Cracker's raging.
Did she say she was raging?
Yes.
Yeah, I said. Oh,
Okay.
I thought I did. Sorry.
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
you did.
Okay, good.
Okay.
did.
Poof. Trying to remember everything. I'm doing good.
I'm not trying to gaslight you. I'm just genuinely,
No,
I've
no,
got a
I
lot
know.
of keep track of.
That's
I was
okay.
Okay.
thinking, good girl. When you said
I
it.
think we
All
all were.
2 attacks and I raged. Yes.
All right. Yes, well done. So Daria rolled a 19, which I think is going to hit Cracker.
Yeah, a little
Cool.
bit.
Yep. And that is going to be necrotic damage, which is not going. Is it covered by your rage? I think it might be by your
It
resist,
is.
right? Okay.
Yep.
So half of 12, which is 6. And that'll be their turn. Moxie.
Oh dear. She kind of looks
You're
down.
next to Charlotte's Shadow. You could kill Charlotte's Shadow.
Yeah. Well, she's already got Charlotte killed, so. But she doesn't want to kill Charlotte's Shadow. Maybe she could keep Charlotte's Shadow.
Oh
As
yeah,
her
co-opt
own.
it and turn it into her. And Charlotte just becomes Moxie's
Sounds like-
Shadow. That's an
Moxie now
interesting
has a
twist.
shortened, less pointy-eared shadow.
All right, Moxie, what are you doing?
Oh my goodness! Other than like completely wish
Come
she
on.
wasn't as
I got an airport
curious.
to catch.
Okay. Basically, she's just going to be dumb and attempt to like catch the shadow in front of her with the little flask that
Okay.
Cracker gave her.
I mean, I'll let you give a roll for something. I guess it's kind of a grapple check. I'm not sure that it would
Yeah.
work, but you can give it a try.
Grapple's definitely not going to work considering my strength is crap, but we'll try anyway.
Okay. So that's 12. Is the
Plus-
-2 in there?
The -2 is in there already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's -2 to your strength, not -2 to your modifier. So did you put -2 into modifier somehow?
No, I put -1.
Okay,
No.
right. That's fine. No, that's fine. Okay, so you rolled a 12. Go ahead and roll the opposing there, Sophie.
Okay, so I'm rolling a strength check or
Just roll a d20.
fine. Okay.
So the shadow wriggles free from Moxie's clumsy attempt.
Okay.
Right. Delin.
Yeah, that's me. Guess I have to keep pulling out the big guns. I'm going to use no, we're inside. God damn it.
It'll work. It's a huge cavern.
Okay. I am going to do a call lightning, and I'm
Mhm.
going to put it between these two,
Yeah, get 2 of them.
so it will hit both of them.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, excellent.
9. And from the left to the right.
Okay.
Saving throws. So the
Okay.
one that's hurt failed, and the other one succeeded, I guess.
And that'll be enough to destroy the one that was injured. The other one will take some lightning damage, but it's a little tattered, but still intact relatively.
Yep.
Well done. And that's a concentration spell, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully, Charlotte's shadow doesn't attack you or succeed.
Hopefully.
Zanice.
I'm gonna mind sliver this one.
Okay.
Safe.
A lot of weird
Oh
noises.
yeah!
Eh,
Okay. Everybody's getting in on the action.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah, ooh.
Okay. This one is torn to shreds as your mind sliver pierces it and it howls in agony.
Yay!
Before Charlotte's turn, everybody roll a d4.
Fuck.
Ooh. Another 5 appear.
Oh my
Sure.
god.
Charlotte, it's your turn. You get to attack anybody you want who is part of the
Oh.
party.
Okay. See. And then she attacks. Oh no, sorry. The shadow attacks Moxie.
Okay.
It's D20, right?
Yeah. You crazy Leroy Jenkins, you got me killed. All right. Yes. So that is going to go through Moxie's hair, and you see some split ends form on the end of Moxie's hair.
Take that.
Cracker.
I'm still raging, and I'm just gonna keep bashing stuff. I'm gonna get this guy right here.
Okay.
Okay. One swingy.
No.
2 swingy.
Second one strikes and hits, and you destroy it. Any
Yeah.
descriptions there?
Well, I mean, my axe goes through some racy stuff, and I don't really think anything's happening, and then poof, it disappears.
Excellent. All right. Byleth.
I think I'm standing really inconveniently, so I think I'm just gonna use haste on myself.
Mhm.
Like that. Bam. Yeah, like that rather. And then I'm gonna disengage and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna.
Did we say
go-
using the waste of time as an action?
Yeah, but I'm getting another action from the
Oh,
haste
right.
spell.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay. All right.
disengage. And I'm gonna go. Did I get cover here?
Okay.
Like from this one?
If you want to, sure.
I want to. So,
Okay. Yeah.
okay.
All right.
Bye,
Well,
everyone.
it'll be cover from like ranged attacks, but if they fly up next to you,
Mhm.
then they're cover.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Okay.
Cool. Nice turn. Way to save yourself. Shadows. Let's see. This one can run up to Zanice, I think, and attack. These 4 will move up to close to Cracker, but not be able. Yes, this one is next to Cracker already, so attack, and this one will. So let's see, Sophie, why don't you roll 2 attacks on Cracker for these 2 fellows?
Okay.
Okay, what's Cracker's armor class again?
15.
15?
Yep, 15.
Okay, so one of those is going to hit, be 9 points, which you can have to 4. The one that's next to Zanice will attack as well. Why don't you roll that attack there, Susan?
Shield.
All right, that's going to hit Zanice.
Shield.
So that's 9 points. Oh, we forgot to do the strength. Yeah.
I,
You gotta do the strength.
I
You
used
guys didn't
shield.
let me do the strength. You use
Saying
shield.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a second spell slot. But the first one that hit Cracker, you got to do your strength.
So
Cracker is
tragic.
going to lose 1d4 of strength.
Am I rolling?
You roll
So
for yourself. Yeah, you roll.
So sad. 2.
Yeah, just 2 points. You're down one positive modifier.
I know. Making me
Moxie.
sad.
All right. Moxie's gonna. All right. Let's see here. Moxie's basically realizing that the shadows are coming from the portals and kind of looks at Byleth as she ran away and just yells at her, "Destroy the damn portal, please."
That's your action.
I know. It is.
Okay. All right.
It is my action.
Okay. But you can still move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, because Charlotte's right next to me, so I'm not gonna move and
Okay.
have some more split ends.
Okay. Yeah. Hair health is important. All right, Delin.
I am going to use my action to call down another lightning,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to aim it at the portal to see if it does
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
Ba, 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 ba. 26. Did it
Which
get a
one?
save? The
Which
portal.
one is it? Well, there's two of them,
Portal.
right?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
one right in front. I
Okay.
can't reach the other one.
So there's no save. The portals. Well, what you call a portal, the flame, looks materially smaller.
And now I'm going to use my bonus action because now I can use a spell.
Hmm.
And I am
You gotta
going
just
to
sit-
cast a healing word level 2 on Charlotte. That's
Okay.
7 hit points.
We can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Charlotte gets back 7 hit points. Well done. Good turn, Delin.
I can't even remember how many I lost. There's so
16.
much.
You're at 0.
16.
So you have 7 now. You always go down to 0.
Oh, but Charlotte's already dead, right?
Did I
She
die
wasn't
immediately?
dead.
Yeah,
just-
she's dead.
Okay.
Like dead.
In this case, the death is from the fact that it's a strength drained attack. So
Okay.
the shadow is there. So there's nothing to cast a spell on. You can keep that spell slot, but there's nothing to cast a spell on.
Okay. It goes to Moxie then.
Okay.
But
And
how
then
much
Nice.
strength
So,
drain does she get?
Hmm?
How much strength drain did she get?
The attack itself kills something and creates a new shadow.
So everyone that goes to 0 hit points dies?
I mean, you're not an expert on shadows yet, but you're getting there. This is how you get experience. Okay, Zanice.
Tasha's mind whip at this one.
Okay. Is it a saving throw? Mind whip. Yeah. Wow. That's a lot. That will be enough to destroy it. Well done.
And I'm gonna
Okay.
use as bonus action to create a spell slot first level.
Nice. Charlotte, you get to
That's
attack.
it.
Well done.
Here I go. I'm gonna attack Foxy.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah, that hit.
you want to roll the damage yourself? 2d6 plus 2. Moxie, you can roll a d4 for strength. Another 2 points of strength.
I was weak as it was.
13
Now I'm
points.
like...
How's Moxie doing?
Not so good.
Yeah.
Not dead yet, but not so good.
Cracker's injured. Moxie's injured. Is Zanice
I'm
injured?
also in.
Yes.
Byleth is injured.
Sure.
The only one not injured is Delin, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, somebody's got to survive to tell us. Well done. Well done, Charlotte. Charlotte Shadow.
You're doing great. Good at
Cracker.
destroying us.
Yeah,
So-
she's very good at it. Yep.
I hand Moxie a potion of greater healing.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's very nice. Good use of your turn. Okay. You can even give it to Moxie so she drinks it as your action.
Okay. I give it to her so she can drink it. Like, just like, am I like
Like-
pouring it down her throat?
Yeah, you're
Yes,
basically
I
giving her
grab
Jello
her hair.
shots.
I grab her hair and I yank her head back and I pour it down her throat. There's no options here.
It's like hazing.
Yeah,
Pretty
literally. It's like,
much.
"Whoa, right, Del-
Let's
Delta,
kill the
Delta, Delta.
newbie. Kills the newbie and then like strangle the annoying one.
Yeah,
all right.
a little bit.
How many hit points do you get? Yvonne, since it's your action, why don't you roll the hit points for her?
44.
Ooh,
Plus
that's a little
4.
low. Yeah, so that'll be
Yeah.
14 points. Moxie gets back 14 points. Well done.
Yay.
All right, Byleth.
Okay, so I've heard the command, so I'm gonna come up from my, hiding spot, and
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna use chromatic orb to ferret this thing.
Okay.
Also with lightning, because Dylan did
Okay.
that and it worked.
Yeah, it seemed to work.
Yeah. Ka-chow.
Ka-chow. Ooh. It just goes flying past.
What?
Well, you.
That's so sad. Yeah. That's
So
a
so the difference. So just to be clear, the difference is the first one was a
+1.
saving throw attack, and this is an actual
Yeah.
aimed attack, range attack. So
So
that was a dexterity save, which on a fixed target that's inanimate.
Mhm.
Whereas this is, you're trying to shoot at a point, and there's a lot of distractions going on. One of your teammates is turned into one of the
Yeah.
enemy. Somebody's like surrounded by enemies.
Yeah, I get it. But I have a question. With the haste, I'm gonna post it. Because there's like you can, take
Mhm.
the attack, one weapon attack only. It's not
Mhm.
that I can do another spell,
Yep.
right? It's like only
Mhm.
weapon attack.
Yep.
Okay, so then
So you could draw a dagger or something and run up and charge one of
Yeah.
these guys.
mm,
Stab Charlotte.
no.
Charlotte shot at
Yeah,
her.
so I'm sorry
Please.
I failed you. I'm just gonna go back.
Okay. All right. And the rest of you see her
No.
run very quickly behind the rock at super high
Cry.
speed.
Yeah.
And because she's crying at super high speed because she's hasted, does it sound like really high pitched? Like
Yeah,
Sounds like a maniacal
sad.
laugh other than a cry.
all right. Moxie, your turn. Are you still injured now, or are you better? Are you healed completely?
Not completely, but
Okay.
I'll take
right.
it off. Forgot
Moxie.
to take it off. All right.
No, if you're injured, leave it on. Leave right on.
Okay.
Yep. Moxie, your turn.
All right. Okay. Well, she's going to turn around and look at Charlotte, trying to hopefully convince her that, yeah, being bad is not a good thing. And
You look at Charlotte, and all you see are two glowing eyes filled with hatred. Whatever slight Moxie may have ever imparted or inflicted upon Charlotte, you sense that it's burning behind those eyes like the heat of 1,000 suns.
Moxie fails.
Would Moxie like to do something else instead?
No. Well, yeah, I guess we can just
You
heal
can
ourselves some more.
disengage. Or,
Oh.
okay, heal yourself. Yeah.
Heal
Whatever.
myself some more
Okay.
for 6
Boom.
more points.
Well done. That's your bonus action. You still have an
Yep.
action if you wanted to use it.
Yeah, we'll disengage and run away.
Come to me.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
hide with the giant dragonborn.
Okay.
Afterwards.
Delin.
Same as last time.
All right.
Only a 10. That's a shitty roll.
Okay. So it gets smaller still. You suspect it's got less to do with the damage and versus the sheer power of your spell. If that makes sense. Anything else for Dylan?
Is Zenise blooded?
Yes.
I'm gonna throw a healing word at her.
Okay. Well done.
Ooh.
All right. 8 points. Nice. Charlotte. You've got
And the
Dylan in
shadow?
your sights, or you can still
Okay.
move, or you can move, but you'll
Okay.
provoke an opportunity attack. You can move anywhere. You can attack anybody you want on this page. That's part of the party.
Great. From this
But
distance,
you have
or does she have to move first?
you have to move, but you will provoke an opportunity attack. It's the same combat rules.
That's fine. The shadow kind of like chases after Moxie.
All right.
Love you too, Sophie.
Yeah. Okay. I will move that for you because I'm sure that I. Okay. There you go.
And then it attacks.
The hiss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it misses. I forgot to do this. Everybody roll a d4, please.
And you forgot me.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. You go ahead first, Daria.
I want to mind sliver the injured one.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. Way to pile up the.
Oh,
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
oh my god.
Yeah.
We'll say that we'll say that it takes that point of damage, and it looks like temporarily you see a face and a hand, like somebody's got a bit of a headache. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Another 5 appear. Okay. Cracker's turn.
Okay, so Cracker sees all this disengaging stuff and people running away, and I'm still raging, and I see Zanice over here. She's kind of on her own, so I'm gonna move up to here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna hit at this one. Just provide her a little bit of cover here. So I'm swinging my great axe, and then I swing again. Oh,
All right.
right through. 9.
Whoosh, whoosh. Swing
Feeling
and
a
a
little
miss.
weaker.
Yeah. You're not used to it.
Nope.
Okay. Byleth.
Okay, so I'm gonna come up here, hello, I'm back. And
No need to announce
try
yourself.
we'll try to hit it with a scorching ray.
Hit what?
Maybe that's the portals.
Okay. So
Maybe.
just to be clear, are you attacking it with 3 different scorching rays?
I was thinking, to put like 2 here and 1 here. Like this.
Oh, so split them up between the 2 fires.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Okay.
maybe I will just not split them.
Whatever you think.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do like 2 here and 1 there. Okay. And like this.
So 2 on the small one, 1 on the big one.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That was
Miss.
not good.
Hit.
Yay.
Okay.
No.
Miss. Okay, so the small one disappears. It winks out.
At least one good thing.
Yes, well done.
Yay. I'm gonna go back here, but not next to Moxie because she someone
Okay.
or and
All right. Okay, so the shadows move. Let's see. These dead ones out of the way to make space for the living, not living, so to speak. Okay. Well, I guess since Byleth managed to extinguish one, a lot of them are going to converge on her.
Oh, I don't think so. 4.
Yeah, because
Damn.
Byleth is very popular. Okay,
I
Henrietta,
am, in fact.
you should feel special. Henrietta, Yvonne, Susan, and Sophie. Why don't you each roll an attack roll?
I'm gonna
Ooh,
do a
17.
shield
Yes.
one,
Yeah. What's your armor class with that? So the first one's still gonna hit. The
Without it's
other
14.
ones, yes, without it's 14. So the first one's still gonna hit. All the others will miss. Well done. 1d4 for strength loss, and 8 points of 8 hit points of necrotic damage. 2 points. What's your strength now,
That's okay.
Laura?
My strength now is 4.
Hey, all right. Well done. Laura, you get to roll against Zanice. And that'll be 5. That'll miss. And Sophie, Daria, and Susan, you can each roll against Cracker. Cracker's armor class is 15?
15.
15.
Is that
Okay.
with a
Yep.
+1 from the sleep? From the long
+1
rest
from-
that we had?
Oh yeah, that's right. 16.
You can't help her. You can't help her. I'm going to let it go, but all right. So they're all going to miss. This one will come up to Zanice. Did we do the Zanice roll? Yes, we did. Failed. Surge over here. Okay. Moxie.
All right. Well, we are just going to turn around and look at Charlotte
Mm-hmm.
and just cast hideous laughter.
Oh no. Okay. I'll let you roll your own save there, Charlotte.
Okay, so I just roll wisdom? Or...
Just roll a d20
Oh, just D20. Okay.
because you're no longer who you used to be.
2.
Well, Charlotte, so first of all, Susan, does Moxie actually have a joke, or
We've
I always
only known
recommend you
each other.
prepare a joke?
Yeah. It nice knowing you, but I think my hair is a little more important. Yes, shorty.
Somehow
Basically an
Charlotte finds that
insult.
funny. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so bad that it's actually funny.
Mhm. Pretty much.
Well done.
She's worked in Sasnas, other dining experience, Need to laugh
Yeah.
at the customers.
Exactly.
It's funny.
Mhm.
Exactly. All right, Delin.
Yes, I have to do another tidal wave. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
you
can't
can get
reach the other
quite a
portal.
few of them.
I guess it's 10 feet,
Mhm.
30 feet. So that should be 5 of them.
Yeah, I'll say you can get 5. Go ahead and roll save. Oh, there's yeah, go ahead and roll saves.
Yeah, so from the bottom up.
That's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, for freaking sake.
fine.
Sorry.
Okay. 1, 2, 3 will make a save. So it'll be destroyed. This one save. This one is destroyed. Well done. You wiped out 2 of them and you injured 3.
Yeah, and I'm going to move. How far away are I from the freaking wall? 100 feet. Which square are that one in? The last one.
Huh?
This one. Which square is it in?
We'll call it this one.
Okay, I'm gonna move that.
So you're gonna
Yep.
provoke 3 opportunity attacks or 2 opportunity attacks
Oh fuck yeah. They should be pushed back, shouldn't they?
if they made the save. I don't remember. You tell me.
No, it's they made the save. Sorry, I thought they failed.
Well,
No,
also they would be knocked prone, so they wouldn't be pushed back. That's Thunderwave.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm gonna stay.
Okay, cool. So you're not using your lightning?
I can't. That's an action.
Oh, is it? Okay. Is it? I thought it was bonus action.
No, it's an action. It's
Okay.
the sphere, flaming sphere. That's the bonus action.
Zanice.
Again, Mind Sliver, the injured one, above Cracker.
Yes. Smart picking on the injured one. Good. Go
Oh
for
my
it.
god.
Making your way slowly there. Yeah. Luckily it doesn't seem very smart, so it's kind of racking its brain. You feel like you're killing it by migraine headache. Well done. Everybody roll a d4. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait, do I still have to roll even though I'm unconscious? Or dead?
You're rolling because you're you.
Okay.
Sophie, I should say. Yeah. Okay. So it'll be 6 that appear. Well done. And Charlotte, your turn. You get to attack Moxie or somebody else.
Aren't I like laughing
Charlotte.
or something?
Say,
Oh,
can she?
yes, you are. Yeah. Can you, do you get to make that save again? I forgot. At the end of each of your turns, turns, and each time you take damage, you can make another wisdom save. So you can make a wisdom save.
Okay. But I do it as D20, right? Because it's not me.
Yeah, just do it.
Mhm.
There's
Okay.
no modifier.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
just straight. All right. Still laughing. Very funny. It's more the delivery of the joke rather than the joke itself.
Yeah. Moxie's
how
not
that
very
is.
good at jokes.
Yeah. Cracker.
I yell one word to Moxie, trap! And then I'm gonna swing at this dude.
Which is sufficiently ambiguous that none of us understand it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm not wise.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I take a swing
Miss.
at it, and I take another swing at it.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna
Finally
decapitate it.
connects. That's
Yeah.
good.
Daria,
Whoosh.
does Zanise get pissed off that Cracker stole her
No.
kill? Okay.
I give you a big smile.
So cool.
Yeah. Byleth,
I give you thumbs up.
surrounded, outnumbered. Sorry, what's that, Daria?
I give her a
Thumbs
thumbs
up?
up.
Such
Excellent.
a nice conversation.
Nice.
I'm not part of. I'm here. Surrounded. So, I want to go, of course. So, well, I think first I'm gonna drink my potion, my greater healing potion.
Okay.
The 44 plus 4,
Mm.
is it?
Mm-hmm.
So, 14.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
15. Just panicking.
And yeah, then I'm gonna disengage from these guys
Okay.
because they're looking me in the eye and that's so creepy. And
Mm.
then I'm gonna go like here,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even here,
Okay.
so that I will never be haunted again.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are all going to converge on Delin. She is obviously the most dangerous. This one is going to move past Zanise without disengaging, so Zanise gets an opportunity attack with a weapon, whatever that is. I'll assume that it was drawn, even though you didn't say you did. All right, that'll miss. She's so surprised that misses. This one will also move. Cracker, you can roll on that one with one swing.
My great.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And as it
Nice.
slides past you, you slice it in half. Well done. This one will move past. Of course, you've already used your reaction, so that's out. This one will move forward. This will move here. This will move here, moving around Moxie, so there's no opportunity attack there. And these two will attack Moxie. Actually, they'll attack from different sides, giving opportunity. So, resolving the ones on Moxie first. Sophie, why don't you roll with advantage for this one? And Daria, you can roll one roll against Moxie from this one.
Oops.
Okay, so the 19 is definitely going to hit, and the 15 is going to hit. Okay, so that's actually going to be two different attacks, total of 19 points of damage. Moxie still alive?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay, and 2d4 points of strength. What's your strength?
Currently at a 5.
It's 5? Uh-oh.
Yeah. It wasn't high to begin with. You
I
said
know.
2d4?
I know. Roll.
Nope, there it
Okay,
goes.
Moxie is dead.
Yep.
And in Moxie's place rises a shadow.
Great.
Well, Charlotte and I can be shadow buddies.
Really? She doesn't have a shadow.
I don't have a
Yes.
shadow.
Like over
though.
here.
She doesn't have a shadow, and yet one appears anyway because the DM said so. But it does have orangey ready hair.
Crazy.
There you go. Now, the good part. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks on Delin, of which 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 will have advantage. So, Yvonne, roll 2 d20s, please.
I'm
Turned
gonna
on the
use
advantage thing, so hold on.
portent. I want to use the portent on one that has advantage. The 1/6.
Okay.
that's gonna hit.
So, yeah, so how would that work? Okay, so you can, but can you use the portent after you see the die roll? Can you post it again?
No, I can only do it before. But
Okay, so
when I said it,
so we'll
there
say
wasn't.
okay, so we'll
wasn't
say the
there.
first one misses completely. Are you using any? Can you use portent more than once, or is that just
Like the 2 6s I have, I'm gonna use 1 6 as the roll.
okay? Only once per turn.
Mhm.
You must choose to do so. You can't do it again this turn. So the next one will be with it.
Yeah, I was only gonna do it for once. For
Okay.
1 turn.
Yeah, so you stopped the first one from hitting. Well done. The second one, Sophie and Daria.
Just one?
Yeah, just one.
No.
Okay, so that's going to hit. That's going to be. Go ahead and roll 1d4 for yourself and take 7 points in necrotic. Did you roll? Oh, you rolled a 2.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
Mm.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see that. And Laura and Yvonne, go ahead and roll 1d20 each. All right. Go ahead and roll another 1d4 for yourself. That's another 7 points of 7 hit points. 4 points. Wow. Okay. Now, Sophie, Daria, Susan, and Laura, each roll a d20, please.
So scary.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Or what's Henrietta's armor class? Or sorry, Delenn's armor class.
17.
Okay. So 3 of them are going to hit.
I'm out.
Okay. Delenn goes down, and in Delenn's place rises a shadow with purple tinges.
We're all gonna be shadows.
Mhm.
Just chilling.
This is nightmare difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And yeah. Moxie, your turn.
Moxie Shadow. Um, well, I guess she wants to murder things now, and since she's already dead, so I guess she'll move towards Cracker.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
So
move myself, so
Oh, sorry. I forgot to change that. I apologize.
no, you're fine. I could have
There you
moved my
go.
dead self.
You can do it. You can do it now.
All right,
So it's Charlotte and
we'll move up
Henrietta.
to Cracker and attack.
Come join us.
Come join the fun.
Yeah. All right. One attack. 12, 16. So that's going to be enough to hit Cracker with her boosted armor class. Go ahead and roll that strength, Yvonne, and it'll be
Oh, yeah, there we go.
8 points. 4 points of strength. Wow.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. And Delynn, your
Amazing.
So
turn.
weird.
I'm Cracker.
That'll hit. Go
Yep.
ahead and roll another strength. You have enough strength. You might be able to make it.
Right, but you know,
The only one.
depends on how much
So
you
you-
hit me.
Yeah, exactly.
How many of us decide to take a swipe at her?
All right. And Zanice, you're watching as all of this is unfolding.
And I
You, Laura, and Cracker are the only ones left.
want to disengage
Yes.
Scared.
and move next to Violet.
Okay.
No.
Do you say anything to Cracker on the way out?
Bye!
Like, good luck. Okay. Very good. Whilst Charlotte is gearing up for her next attack, you all feel this inexorable pull. And some of you may recognize this place. Anybody want to say anything?
You
Thank you,
again.
Ainsley. Thanks for saving us.
Think?
Why have you returned? I did not summon you. Ah, I see. You were slain by shadows. Luckily for you, I am their goddess. Go, return from whence you came, and complete your assigned task. Your shadows will be released once you have. Do not disappoint me. I will be watching you And as you watch as these gigantic undead dragons come rocking up to you, you feel another pull, and a portal opens up beneath your feet, and you come tumbling out back in Graven Hollow. As you look around, you realize none of you have any shadows. And that's where we're going to end today.
Thanks. That was crazy.
As you
Yes,
walk out of
go.
the Hall of the Past, you feel some of the artwork seems to be staring at you. I'll let you guys talk amongst yourselves about who the heck it was you just met and what the history was. Anybody who did not have a brand of Kiaransely now has one on their shoulder or chest, neck, wherever they prefer. Please put that on your character sheet.
I also have the ring.
Nope. The
Okay.
ring came from the people who were there before. But it's a good question. All right. Thank you very much. I know we ran over by quite a lot, but I hope you guys had fun.
That was
Good
pretty
stuff.
fun.
Great.
Well, I shall see you guys hopefully in a week.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Trip.
See ya.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
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 Bye.